was coming home from work, traffic had stopped. The guy behind me he didn't stop. Anybody I've talked to that's used Morgan & Morgan has always got positive things to say about him. And they took care of me, and now we're doing okay. Thank God that I went to Morgan & Morgan.
My accident happened on a Saturday morning around 10 o'clock. As I drove through an intersection, a car went through a stop sign and hit me from the right. Just like that, I was hurt without a car and didn't know what to do. So you've got to decide who to call. George Sink injury lawyers were very dependable, reliable, professional, and courteous. And when you've never been in an accident before, you want someone you can depend on. And I just think George Sink injury lawyers was the correct call for me.
Here's to fall favorites, made with love, right at home, and autumn flavors, wherever we roam. Werther's original limited edition harvest flavors and chewy caramels, made special for baking and memory making.
My son was prescribed pain opiates. No one ever told us how highly addictive these drugs were. There's a lot of families that are torn apart, but families can heal. Young people can get better.
There's hope and help at drugfree.org.
Hot thing for
Opening a bag of chips without making any noise is hard. Hiring Morgan & Morgan for your injury is easy. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, is easy.
Your current time and temperature, sponsored by Shelley Leak Law Firm.
Local news working for you. Weeknights on News 4.
Welcome to Season 15. This is Night Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on My TV Charleston.
It's Night Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Well, as the Low Country welcomes in the fall season, we welcome you in to the backyard. It's James Island, it's Summerville. I'm Jack Longshaw alongside the legend Everett German Fieldside. Summerville, a top 3 team in the state of South Carolina. James Island making really their, I guess, first appearance at the 5A level. We've had this game highlighted for a long time.
Yeah, 2 solid football teams. You got Summerville right now, probably the dominant team in the Low Country. James Island definitely improving year after year. This should really be a good one. It could really come down to explosive offense against a very stingy defense.
You mentioned explosive offense. There might not be a more balanced offense in the state of South Carolina than what Summerville's got. And it really all starts with their stud senior quarterback, Jaden Cummings.
Yeah, Jaden Cummings, a guy already committed to go to Dartmouth. This guy can run it, throw it, the typical dual-threat quarterback that we see on all levels of football these days. So when it comes to offense, they have plenty of weapons, talent, but it all starts with the quarterback, Jaden Cummings.
20 touchdowns to 1 interception. The kid's unbelievable. Keep your eye on big number 1-6. But for James Island, they got a stud, and they got him listed as a running back. But Jalen Brown Singleton's going to play all over the line of scrimmage for the Trojans tonight.
Yeah, Jalen, the guy that just does a little bit of everything. Every team needs that kind of go-to guy that no matter what it is, whether it's running, catching, blocking, fielding, handing out water, he's going to do it. So tonight, James Island will definitely need a big effort from him if they want to pull off the upset here in the backyard.
James Island, Summerville, here at the backyard. Come on. Autumn's in the air. The leaves are starting to fall, and we're ready to run through a wall. It's Jack, it's E, it's Friday Night Rivals, all brought to you by Knights Companies, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Kickoff right after this short break.
These are our neighbors. When one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. We want everyone that comes to our office to leave satisfied. Then we know we did our job. If you are a loved one or injured in South Carolina, call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete. We're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
Delta Force Athletics is the home of Delta Force All-Stars, Charleston's premier cheerleading and tumbling center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now enrolling for after-school programs and recreational tumbling. Join us for half-year tryouts, Sunday, October 27th. Visit our website to sign up today. Delta Force Athletics. Don't miss your chance to join the Force.
No-cost tuition is available for 100-plus programs at Trident Technical College. Learn from industry experts and get hands-on experience in labs and clinicals. In-person and online courses are available to suit your schedule and learning style. Get the skills employers are looking for with no student debt. Don't miss out on this opportunity. To take advantage of no-cost tuition, visit us at tridenttech.edu and enroll today.
I've been working with Jason Noble for 8 years. As a result, I was able to retire early. I've referred him to several friends and family. I trust him tremendously.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet, Summerville, James Island. You see the band, it's officially fall. Come on, they write country music songs about nights like tonight. Jack DeLongchamp, Everett German, we welcome you back in to the backyard and eat. Obviously playing host to a top 5 team in the state of South Carolina at the 5A level, a team that competed for a lower state championship last year. Big task at hand for James Island as we dive into tonight's keys to the game. I got to ask, how do you walk away with a W on a night like tonight?
Yeah, you know, for the host team, James Island, it's going to be simple. You don't want to necessarily get into a shootout. You want to control the clock. You want to have those long 8, 10, 12-play drives. The explosive offense of Summerville, they can't score if they're not on the field. So control the clock and flex up front. Summerville's a little bigger physically. You have to test your manhood tonight and not allow them to just simply dominate you in the trenches. If you're Summerville, you're bigger, you're faster, you're stronger, but the game of football is not played on paper. You got to come out, flex your muscles, and let them know it's going to be a long night, not allow James Island to hang around. And more importantly, in the words of Coach Ian, just don't be stupid. Don't make, those mental mistakes, jumping off sides, the late hits, things of that nature. Get better each week as they strive to win another state championship. And those keys to the game, they're brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. You've got a friend in the car business. As
we get ready for toe to meet leather, it'll be Bennett Kelly of Summerville rocking the big leg brace. Summerville in the crispy Kelly greens and white, James Island in blue homes. One of the best venues in the entire Low Country. We've had this game highlighted on our schedules all season. Tonight's kickoff brought to you by Knights Company. Join a team with leadership, integrity, loyalty, and excellence. Get ready for a whole lot of excellence on display as we get this thing underway. A little pooch kick will be fair caught at around the 35 by Harper Woods of James Island. And that's where they'll take over. They're going to roll out an offense that's got a lot of new faces. It's led by the quarterback, Connor Dantzler. Mentioned that stud in the backfield, Jalen Brown Singleton in the open. Really starts up front for James Island.
Yeah, as with any football team, you got to have the big guys up front. You can have the best skill players around, but if you can't give your quarterback and your running backs and guys on the perimeter to make plays, it's all for naught. So, yeah, the offensive linemen tonight, they're going to be a huge piece to this game plan if James Island wants to come up with the upset.
A little motion up front, snap, play action to start things off tonight. Kick it off to the flats, throw a little errant wide that misses Jay Morris. Morris, the captain, tight end. This is how Summerville defensively. Juggernaut, but again, a lot of fresh faces on their defense, and really starts up front with Yasir Smith, who feels like picks up another Power 5 offer every other day.
Yeah, the younger brother of Yannick Smith, who now playing wide receiver at East Carolina, a guy with just a ton of talent, very young on the football field. Just his first time playing football, but when you're blessed with his size, his athleticism, it didn't take him long to pick the game up.
Coach Rafferty said keep an eye on Hunter Swing, Joshua Williams, Tyree Patton, Eli Presley, that linebacking crew. Although young, feels like they're learning the game a little bit better each week. Singleton, a little halfback sweep, bounces it to the outside. Perfect form tackling. Geez, Summerville, big hit on the outside. That was Jacaden Pendergrass.
Yeah, very aggressive tackles. You talked about a Pendergrass coming up from that safety position and lowering the boom on Brown Singleton. And a good job of Spingleton. This Summerville team, they run well on the defensive end. The skill players of James Allen, they have speed too. So it's going to be speed against speed here tonight.
You mentioned Yannick Smith, the older brother of Yasir Smith, now playing at East Carolina. The receiver, played corner, kickoff. It's weird not seeing him in 3 of green. They are really excited about the sophomore Pendergrass. They have got James Allen about 3rd and 6. Quick little out throw. Great throw route. He finds his biggest receiver on the ball club. That's DJ Wright, the 2-sport stud. His first catch of the night is good enough for a Mr. Sparky first down.
And that's what James Allen has to do tonight. You want to have those long, extended drives. Good job by the offensive line, allowing the QB a little time to be able to step into his throw. No pressure. And if James Allen can do that all night and keep that high, potent offense of Summerville on the bench, they'll have an opportunity here tonight.
Soft coverage on the outside by Ryan White, a senior corner that kind of captains this defense for Summerville, who is an absolute stud on the outside. He's picked up a handful of Division II offers.
If I'm not mistaken, Jack, he's the only starter back from last year's defensive unit that went to the lower state championship.
And he is one of 4 seniors that have started, the only starter from a year ago. And you can see that defensive front of Summerville causing havoc in the backfield. It's only about a 2-yard pickup for Brown.
Yeah, Joshua J.T. Williams, the junior linebacker there on the stop for Summerville. So far, so good for the Trojan offense. They're doing a nice job of opening up these holes, giving the running back some running lanes. So far, so good if you're James Allen.
And too, Jamar McCoy told us, man, we got to get DJ Wright more involved in this offense. A really fine sight to see for Trojan fans that he was the guy on 3rd down.
You see James Allen obviously in no rush. They're just trying to shorten this game as much as they can and use as much play clock as they possibly can.
Splits the running back out wide. That's Brown Singleton. So dangerous with the football in his hands. Roll call to the football. Nice tackle by Joshua Williams, his 2nd tackle already. He went with 43 on the season. That was good for 2nd of the team.
Yeah, you see here just a simple dump off here. Good job of leading him up the field, having his momentum take him into that secondary of Summerville. And Jalen Brown Singleton, as good as he is, kind of hard when it's 1 against 5. Get what you can, protect the football, live for another day, and now it's 3rd down, and let's call it 4 coming up for James Allen.
Picking up 3 at a time, though, right? Obviously makes it a much more 3rd and manageable. He's got a 2 tight end set, double receiver at the top of the screen. Little motion as it looks like they might have gotten just a slight flinch from Brown Singleton to backfield.
I've always said in those situations, almost act like you're going in motion and then just come back and reset. But James Allen doing a nice job of not hiking the ball, Jack, until 10 seconds or less on that play clock. So you definitely know that Coach McCoy and this offensive staff, their plan is to take as much time as we can, keep that Summerville offense, don't allow them to get in rhythm with 3 and outs.
I said time of possession is going to be everything for James Allen. Playing their first season at the 5A level. He said physicality standpoint, we feel good. It's the depth that's going to be in question mark as they venture through 5A play. 3rd and long. He's looking for Wright again on the outside. Looks like he was in and out of the breadbasket. It was great coverage by Ryan White. Much more press coverage. A little 5-on-5 action is going to force 4th down.
At the battle of the whites. On that particular play, Ryan got the best of DJ. Another nice, clean pocket for the Trojans, just not able to deliver. And boy, am I excited to see never been so excited to see special teams, but the punt team of James Allen, the kicking game, is absolutely 5-star elite. Jack, talk a little bit about the punter for JI.
Well, we do love a good dad punt. If you're just joining us on our Friday night broadcast, 5-star was quite literally and figuratively the perfect definition of Grady Dangerfield. You see he toes this one as it spins out towards around the 10. It's going to take a perfect Trojan bounce. We'll be down at the 5, and the 5-star kicker and punter has downed another inside the 20-yard line. Ho-hum, his already 13th of the season.
Yeah, guy, like you said, great size. We take a look at the Summerville starting offense, led by the quarterback, Jaden Cummins. 48 points a game they're averaging And the scary part, Jack, is they have not played a complete game yet in terms of all 4 quarters.
Well, the weapons will speak for themselves. Keyshawn Washington, Jaden Kelly-Murray, the sophomore who's racking up SEC offers, Z.J. Jenkins. But we're going to brag on this offensive front. John Corley, Jamarion Lott, Braden Schlabach, Francis Robert, and Avion Kennard. He's got 4 seniors on that offensive front, and Cummings would be the first to tell you, we're not the most balanced offense in the state without him. But this JI defense said, hey, not so fast. A little banged up on injury this year. That was Luke Garvin firing into the backfield. It's a loss of 4.
Yeah, the senior linebacker, no doubt about it. The strength of this James Island football team is its defense. If they want to have any chance to get the win here tonight, the defense is going to have to be just as good or better as they've been up to this point. So good start for James Island.
James Island defense has only given up double-digit points twice this season. Last week, 10 to West Ashley, their first region matchup. They lost 10-6, and 17 early in the year. They hang their hat defensively. They got their hands full tonight, but looking to make a big impact. As you see, about a 7-yard gain, getting it all back is the sophomore running back Javian Williams. But here's that defense that we bragged on, and it really starts up front. Malachi Jefferson, Trayshawn White, and Hendricks Barron. They are dogs up front.
You talk about a big boost. If they can force a 3 and out here in this opening drive, that would be huge for this JI defense.
About 3rd and 7, they're going to, ooh, look at that. Great RPO. Look at Jaden Cummings. He'll beat you in the air, but how about with the legs as well? You said dual threat. Mr. Sparky's excited about that run. Great pickup from Jaden Cummings.
It's a savvy decision by the senior quarterback, Jaden Cummings. Obviously, he's a very smart football player, high football IQ. Because last time I checked, Jack, they don't really allow people who aren't smart with low football IQs to get into Dartmouth. So a nice move by Jaden Cummings.
Jokes with Coach Rafferty. Dum-Dum at quarterback, huh? Makes life easy when he's super talented, incredibly intelligent in the classroom as well. This time they run a quick little tunnel screen to the outside. First catch of the night from Z.J. Jenkins.
And look at that pursuit from that James Island defense. Sideline to sideline, 4 blue hats at the football. Z.J. Jenkins, 6'3", 178. That's the prototypical college wide receiver these days. They love the tall guys that can run, has great hands, and they can just throw the ball up, and they can go get it.
Here's a halfback sweep, bouncing it to the outside as the stud sophomore. You can see the speed of Javen Williams. Williams, who's averaging about 106 yards a game. That one's a pickup of 8, and another Mr. Sparky first down.
Jasavian Brown, the junior DB, on the stop. And that's the one thing about these backs. You got to make sure you get them on the ground. Very shifty, elite speed. James Island got their work cut out for him tonight.
It's a quick little out route. 8-yard pickup. There's Carson Gwynn, the senior receiver. Talk about another dude with great size, 6'2", 190. That's his 15th catch of the season.
And now what we're starting to see now that they have a little more room, Summerville starting to get in that hurry-up offense, picking up the tempo, starting to slowly but surely get into rhythm.
2nd and 2, right up the tackles. It's an 18-yard pickup before a big hit in the secondary from Ben McQueen. Maybe a touchdown-saving tackle with the speeds of Williams.
Yeah, talking about sticking your head in there. That's exactly what Ben McQueen did, the senior DB, 6'1", 190. You're right. Had he not made that tackle, right now the fight song will be playing for Summerville.
Well, how about this? You got quad receivers at the bottom of the screen. Williams is one of them. He's looking the other way, and this just comes right out the hand of Cunningham. Great pressure. They decoy at the bottom of the screen as he was looking for Gwynn. This just looks like maybe, hey, a little slippery. Let's get that towel out there. He said, guys, I've only turned it over once this year. I'm not going to do it on Friday Night Rivals.
Yeah, it looked like he almost knocked the ball out of his hands as he was trying to bring them together. So unfortunate mistake there by Jaden Cummings. But fortunately, if you're a Green Wave fan, fumble not loss, as Cummings wisely able to pounce on the loose ball.
Math isn't great. It's looking like a 2nd and 19 for this offense. Nothing to worry about. Pistol formation. This time they hand it off to the other back. Williams again almost gets it all nearly back. It looks like a run and pick up about 16 is again. So many different weapons in that backfield. He just flies through the middle of those tackles. Great block up front. Jamarion Lott clearing the way.
Yeah, Sammy McKelvey once again with a touchdown-saving tackle. Man, Jack, I mean, not to toot my horns, but even as slow and old as I am, I think I could run through those holes. That offensive line of Summerville doing a phenomenal job. Makes it a more manageable 3rd and 5.
We're going to talk about that offensive front, and obviously their head coach Ian Rafferty, who's ushered in this new wave of dominance at Summerville. He bragged on that big left tackle, John Corley. He said, we go as he goes. I said, how about this? A little wildcat formation. They fake the handoff to Cummings, and a quick run of Jaden Kelly Murray. Looks like they're going to have him march short. 4th and short for an offense that loves to go for it on 4th down.
Nice job by Savion Smalls stopping that 1st down. Speaking with Coach Rafferty, he said they've only punted 3 times this year through 6 games. So, yeah, the punt team not used to being on the field. They're going for it.
Cummings looking for a blocker. He gets stuffed at this line of scrimmage. It's going to be really interesting where the spot is.
Right foot or left foot spot is going to determine whether it's a 1st down.
You can see at the end of the play, Cummings coming up on the other side, but couldn't hear a whistle from upstairs. But great push up front from the senior nose tackle, Malachi Jefferson, 6 foot, 260 pounds. He's got 13 tackles for a loss on the season. Could that be number 14?
So do we call that the Summerville shove? On that 4th down and 1, but you're right, great penetration by that interior line of James Allen, not allowing them to get that secondary push, which normally is when these teams pick up these 1st downs. So the chain gang will come out, and boy, you talk about bend but don't break. If they could get a stop here, that would be huge.
Send quite the message for an offense that's 8 of 17 on the season on 4th down conversions. They're 47% at that clip. And it looks like by just the nose of the football, well, nose and a half, Summerville has now picked up their 9th 4th down conversion of the year.
Yeah, just talk about the luxury that, Ian Rafferty, the head coach at Summerville, just mentioning that, it's one of those situations when you're so blessed, you have 3 tailbacks that you can give it to. You got 5 or 6 guys and wide receivers and guys that are so interchangeable. You saw the Wildcat formation there. Yeah, it must be nice to have those types of weapons at your disposal.
He said he trusts 7 dudes in the backfield with a football in their hands. That's a lot of dudes. Oh, that ball's up in the air. How about this catch? Did Keyshawn Washington come down with it? No.
Say it hit the ground.
It was a little bubble screen. The throw high from Cummings. Keep an eye on this play, as there is a whole lot of craziness as Murray goes up right through the hands.
Old tip drill.
But it looked like the one-handed grab of Keyshawn Washington. It doesn't look like he was able to head to the turf with it cleanly, as it looks like it wouldn't have mattered regardless.
And there was a penalty flag on the play, Jack.
I was going to say, Tim Cahill coming in late, still working on his audio downstairs, signaling a holding.
On the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay 1st down.
How about that, broadcaster Jinx? I'll shut up. Get out of the way, Mr. Cahill. This crew's done a great job this year.
And as you know, Jack, in all sports, when you're trying to pull off the upset, you have to have just about everything go your way. It's not impossible, but if you can get a break here, get a break there, the team overlooks you, you have that chance. And James Allen, they're giving themselves a chance. That's all you can ask for early on in this broadcast, or game, I should say.
How about this little jet sweep touch pass to Keyshawn Washington? If you're a football fan in the Low Country, we've talked about Washington in the past. At 6 foot, 215 pounds, he's a little bit of a do-it-all guy. Debo Samuel-esque in the way that they use him in the offense, tight end, H-back. We've seen that Summerville formation. This is a really stellar.
How about Sammy McKelvey coming from his DB position with the nice tackle here, going low. That's how you get those guys down. They can't run without their legs. So McKelvey with the nice tackle, and that's going to bring up 2nd down and long. I've been very impressed with this James Allen defense thus far.
They're going to fake the screen, looking for his man downfield. Undercutting the route. Great coverage by Ben McQueen. He was looking for Gwynn on the outside. Love the decoy, but this defense is wildly disciplined so far.
Well, the defensive coordinator, Coach Blades, of James Allen, the guy that played in the NFL for the Redskins forever and ever, played at the University of Pittsburgh. The guy knows defense, and of course that Blades says, I want to say it's his uncle was part of those Blades that played at the University of Miami. So he knows what he's talking about defensively, and he's definitely devised a nice scheme that so far has slowed down the Summerville offense.
This is 3rd and long for Coach Blades' defense. They run a little screen. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. How good has Malachi Jefferson been? 6 foot 260. That's already his 3rd pass deflection of the year. J.J. Watt-esque here at the backyard. Great play by Jefferson.
Anytime you get a defensive lineman that wears a single number, you know he's a bad man. I mean, he's got that 8 stretch to as far as it can. Good job. Didn't give up on the play. Fell back into coverage. Saw them trying to execute the screen. Great job by that young man, Malachi Jefferson, reading the screen. And as a result, he forces a 4th down. And it looks like Summerville's going for it.
4th and 17, but remember, he does punt for this team, as it is going to be a little pooch kick. 1 hop, and it'll jump into that James Island end zone. Force 4th down 3 times that drive. Then don't break the Trojans' defense here to hang around. Goose Eggs with just 3:30 to go in the first quarter. Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. 2 heavyweights on display tonight.
You've got a friend in the car business.
New Chevy trucks and SUVs, no payment till 2025. Certified pre-owned and used vehicles, no payment till next year with approved credit. Details at cruisechevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knights Companies? It's more than just a job. It's family. Here, you're not just another employee. You're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
You've got a friend in the car business.
And you can have no payments till 2025. New Chevys and used cars too. Now at Cruz Chevy on Rivers, no payment till 2025 with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
We welcome you back into the backyard as it's Goose Eggs. Great defensive standout from James Allen as they hold Summerville, the number 2 team in the state of South Carolina. Number 4 if you're looking at other rankings, to a Goose Egg as well. But tonight, we show you that scissor lift with Mr. Tim. Tonight's Sunbelt Rentals. They provide that scissor lift all year for you. Sunbelt Rental, without the right equipment, you've got no game. And we've got the best cameraman in a high-end zone across the country. I know that's a big statement. I'm standing on business.
Well, clearly last week Tim Fennell was reading a book about being a better camera guy, and clearly it's worked because he continues to deliver great shot after great shot on our 15th year of Friday Night Rivals. But I'm telling you, Jack, Mary Margaret Nelms, who's the GM at Channel 4, in our contract next year, if she's going to put a game at James Island, she's got to either get us a helicopter or an elevator to get up to the top of this press box.
That's why we want to say thank you to our incredible crew, all our guys, Tim, Chris, getting here early, setting up.
Russ, Aaron,
all, come on.
Red Hat.
Our Red Hat Mario is as good as it gets, but to Mary Margaret and the Sinclair family that allowed us for the last 15 seasons to help tell stories in the Low Country. So thankful because, hey, we've told some Cinderella stories, some upsets, and that James Island defense on that front goes, hey, this isn't an upset for us. We've been doing this.
Yeah, they're not going to be phased. Coach McCoy saw right there in the white pullover. He's built this team. The trajectory of this team is definitely going upward. I believe this is his 3rd year here at JI, and they just continue to get better and better every year. I think last year, Jack, only 1 loss on the season?
Made another run at a state championship. He actually got the job back in 2020, but with that weird COVID year, you're right. Entering that 4th season officially. Dance a little play action and a runaway from Smith. Wrapped up. Big number 54, Hunter Swing. Came in tonight with 31 tackles, make it 32. Big heavy one, but a nice scramble from Dantzler to make it 3rd and more manageable.
You see the nice job of the offensive line again. As you see Yasir Smith, just a grown man. That kid is just a sophomore. Yes, when you are, senior, 6'4", 270. That's a grown man.
Well, it feels like we should be calling him sophomore because we've seen him for so long on the hardwood playing for David Long and that spectacular basketball program they have at Summerville. Kind of really buying in. Coach Rafferty said, he goes, this is the first year we've seen him really fall in love with football. Obviously being Alex Smith's little brother, not so little. Yasir making a name for himself as one of the best players not only in the Low Country, but the entire state of South Carolina. And when you run to that side of the line of scrimmage, you best watch out.
Yeah.
It was Yasir Smith and Jacaden Pendergrass flying up from the secondary to get a stop on fourth.
And that's the one thing you really don't want as the offensive line came up short there. You don't want to really have 3 and outs for sure. You want to kind of extend those drives when you can. But a 4th down coming up for the Trojans.
This is where this becomes a weapon, right, for James Island. You might say, hey, we'd love to see you go for it. But when you got a guy that can flip the field in Grady Dangerfield, he is an asset. He fires away, spinning kick, going to take another great, advantageous James Island roll. We'll be down at around the 24-yard line by the captain, Luke Thomas. And we'll take our final break of the quarter. 1:08 to go. The defense is standing strong. Goose eggs. Tonight's Company's Front End Rival. By Cruz Chevrolet.
Local news working for you. Weeknights on News 4.
We help people who've been hurt, period. We want everyone that comes to our office to leave satisfied. Then we know we did our job. If you were a loved one or injured in South Carolina, call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
Welcome to Purpose Driven Athletics. We are dedicated to mentoring student athletes, helping them reach their athletic capabilities and academic goals. Our personalized approach improves your chances of getting into the college you want. Don't wait. Join Purpose Driven Athletics today. We will give you the mentorship and coaching you deserve. Learn more about us online at purposedrivenathletics.com. Let us help you reach your goals. Your future starts now with Purpose Driven Athletics.
I've been working with Jason Noble since he was referred by a friend. He's helped me so much on my retirement journey that now I have no financial worries at all.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
Friday Night Lights for tonight's Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Goose Eggs after 11 minutes to play here in this first quarter. And the defense is right, obviously for James Island coming in first year at the 5A level, playing a perennial powerhouse in Summerville. This defense has not been worrisome, and neither has this fan base. The student section fan cam brought to you by the Thumbs Up guys and personal injury attorneys at Miller, Siegel, and Ward. I'm digging the neon, dude.
Well, this James Island defense has been 2 thumbs up tonight, and that's given that student section something to cheer about. We knew that James Island played defense. Who knew that Summerville as well would bring their defense? But so far, so good for both teams. I kind of feel like both teams just feeling each other out. Kind of feel like it's going to be somebody's going to make a big play. And if you can limit that big play, you give yourself a really outstanding chance to escape with a W here tonight.
Good tackle by Tony Force, cutting off the legs of Javen Williams. He's been a big play for it. Averaging 8 yards just to carry this season, Williams has. They motion him before the snap. Game clock at 30. Little RPO. We're see Cummings take off and run for the second time tonight. Looks like he's going to lunge forward for another Mr. Sparky first down. Jaden Cummings averaging 36 rushing yards per game, but they're always so timely for Big 1-6.
Yeah, Ben McQueen as well as Coleman Jones on the stop, and he's just a smart football player. He knows when to pull it, when to give it. When you have those types of running backs that you can just stick it in their belly and let them do their thing, makes your job as a quarterback a little easier. But he's running this offense to perfection. Always seems to make the right decision.
Murray in motion. They'll hand it back off to Williams. Stuffed after about a 2-yard pickup. And that should end the quarter. James Island's defensive front playing physical, playing strong. The most balanced, maybe most explosive offense in the Palmetto State. Hold to a goose egg after 1. It's Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. The bands are buzzing, so are we. Don't go anywhere.
What's next?
Code 12, flickering lights.
What if it's a ghost this time? Please enter. Definitely a ghost.
I've seen malarkey like this before. Classic bad wiring.
We got this. Thank you.
CP, no ghosts.
Oh no, this place is totally haunted.
See, Jane? You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARK. Marquee.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
Chronic low back pain impacts millions of people. New research suggests that for many, pain signals are actually transmitted from a nerve inside the vertebra. The Southeastern Spine Institute now performs a revolutionary procedure that actually stops these signals and ends the pain.
The intercept procedure is one of the only spinal procedures that we do where patients can resume normal activity literally the day after.
See if you're a candidate for the intercept procedure. Call today. No doctor referral is needed.
Rapid Repairs is the standard for electrical repairs in the Lowcountry. We offer our clients a peace of mind with a professional experience that delivers industry-leading guarantees and straightforward pricing. With over 20 years of experience, our licensed experts handle everything from inspections to installations and repairs with precision and care. Call now and get a 10% discount on your first service. You deserve the best. If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs.
Welcome you back into the backyard, and if you're just joining us, James Allen, Summerville, held at nothing, says Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals. Your Chevrolet rolls on. Summerville taking over at around the 37-yard line. And he's second in Cummings and Company. James Allen showing blitz, bringing 5. He throws at the blitz. Quick little 7-yard pickup for Keyshawn Washington. So reliable out of the backfield, out of the slot. 2-2 all over the place.
Deontay Free there on the coverage for the Trojans. And what I like to see for Jaden Cummings as he continues to kind of get in rhythm, everything's short, crisp. 3-step drop, ball gets out of hand. 3 steps, so not really having to read the defense, kind of predetermined. And when you have that type of accuracy, that's why he's such a solid quarterback that we've seen all season long in his career.
James Allen forced another 3rd down. It's that halfback dive we've seen all night, but meet me in the A-gap. Instinctual, tough, gritty. How about the captain, Luke Thomas, firing on cylinders. His 30th tackle of the season forces 4th down.
We talked about it in the open. And look at the big guy up there in the middle. I mean, just clogging holes. My big man, Israel Shank Harris, the sophomore, 6'3", 337 pounds. 4th down, Summerville going forward again.
4th and 2. He's got Murray and Washington with him in the backfield. Went out wide. That's a big deal for James Allen football fans, by the way. You mentioned it. Shank Harris, just a sophomore, 337. He starts at left tackle. It's a big deal for him to be playing 2 ways, as it looks like Summerville's going to take a quick little timeout. See James Allen in formation, but the linebacker stepping up for the Trojans.
Talk with Coach Rafferty Day. He mentioned that, I asked him about your team being a little, overconfident. You're 6-0, you're blowing everyone out. Somewhat of a trap game because they have Ashley Ridge next week, and he says, we kind of remind guys, hey, you got to bring it every single night because anything can happen. And he specifically used last week's big college football upset with Vanderbilt over Alabama. Right now, Summerville's probably thinking, all right, what's going on? Normally we're up by 2 or 3 scores by now.
Yeah, to 6-0, 1-0 in region play. But to your point, they've only played 1 game all season within 1 score against Berkeley back in early September. 41-35 was that victory. But on the other sideline, I know we keep calling it an upset, but I'm telling you right now, Jamar McCoy and James Allen doesn't see it this way. In his last 4 years, he has completely transformed this program, turning it into a true powerhouse. We only say upset because he said, hey, we believe we have the physicality to play in this ballgame, but it's going to be the depth. Right? That 5A depth is different. And so far, man, it has not proven to be a huge margin.
And looks like Summerville just called another timeout.
Well, we see, I told you, right before that little pooch kick, it was Jaden Cummings firing away. I think he wanted a second look at it. We'll take a break down on the field with him. 11:06 to go in the second quarter.
News 4 Storm Tracker weather, certified most accurate.
You've got a friend in the car business.
No payments for 2025? At Cruise Chevy on Rivers, choose your new Chevy or certified pre-owned and have no payment till next year with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete, we're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
You've got a friend in the car business.
New Chevy trucks and SUVs, no payment till 2025. Certified pre-owned and used vehicles, no payment till next year with approved credit. Details at cruisechevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals rolls on. Summerville, James Island. But before we get this game back underway, tonight's check presentation. Knights Companies and News 4 are so proud to present each participating home school a check for $500. This grant provides each school with extra funding to help make their school that much better. Over the past 15 years, FNR and our sponsors have donated close to $150,000 to Low Country students and schools. Congratulations to James Allen as we kick it to the third member of our crew, Lauren Landon, with that big old check.
Well, I'm out here with Timothy Thorne. Congratulations on the $500 check. What do you all plan to use this money for?
I'm going to give it right to my athletic director. Sports cost so much money. I'm going to support our student athletes, so thank you so much.
You heard it here first. Going to athletics. Back to you guys upstairs.
We love that, man. James Island, the backyard, has become such a staple in the Low Country. Lauren, and we thank you. As after this fourth down, we'll kick it back down to Lauren as we'll hear a little bit more about what's going on in the community out here at James Island.
Talking about athletics, both of these schools phenomenal last year and already off to a good start this year, all around, not just football.
Cummings looks to fire away. May have gotten blocked at the line of scrimmage. Came off the foot weird as Malachi Jefferson causing havoc in special teams on defense. As James Allen's got a whole lot more to celebrate about, that's why we'll send it back for tonight's educator spot. Lauren Lennon with tonight's Thumbs Up Guys Educator Spotlight. Take it away, Lauren.
Yeah, so a little bit earlier today you mentioned, with that check presentation, it's going to athletics, a lot of it. Tell me a little bit about some of those new additions, especially here on this field, that you guys have been working on.
Sure. So this new video board was purchased last year. It was installed in late October. This is our first full year using it, and it's state-of-the-art and really adds to the fan experience. And it was purchased by our board of directors. And then in the back, renovation of our baseball and softball facilities, our brand new batting cage facility, and a baseball press box. And those programs deserve and need that. So we're very excited.
Perfect. Wow, those are some great additions that everyone can expect here. You heard it, the billboard, some new fields, those renovations. I'm sending it back to you guys upstairs.
Well, they have clearly invested in all athletics, and the results have proved to be true. And right now, a little bit of juice if you missed it. Great side box screen is Jalen Brown Singleton displaying that speed right through the middle of the field.
Talk about just the athletics here at James Island. Baseball had a great run last year. I think they won state. Travis Smith doing a phenomenal job with the boys basketball team. I think soccer also had a solid season last year. So things are up and up over here on the island as we see a flag come in from way behind the play.
That was Damian Cornell on a little bit of a jet sweep. Looks like a penalty in the spot of holding, but we'll allow Tim Cahill. It looks like he may have been on that right side. Not sure if a wide receiver got a little handsy on the outside.
Jack, while we're still talking about educators, we can't deny what Summerville did last year. He talked about the football team making it to the lower state championship. Then you had the boys basketball team losing to Lexington lower state championship. And then you talk about arguably the biggest dynasty in all of South Carolina athletics right now is that softball team that I think they're on like a 60-game win streak. Ansley Bennett, outstanding player, already committed to go to the University of South Carolina. And then, of course, the unfortunate ending for the baseball team as well. Yeah, so things are well up in Flower Town for sure.
Well, these are two programs that have proven year after year that, if you invest in athletics, it will show you your return. And, man, to your point, whether it be softball, women's soccer here is top 3 in the state every year. As it looks like, do we have a pick on the outside?
Oh, it looked like it came out.
Ryan White.
He jumped that.
Peanut butter on jelly. He jumped all over that. Not a bad ball from Dantzler. Better defense from Ryan White.
Yeah, good job. Almost like a lockdown corner. And again, you see him eyeing his receiver. And a good job by Ryan White. DJ Wright. It's one of the ones you almost have to be a defensive back in that situation to not allow the interception to happen.
I was going to say, did a good job coming back to the football because it looked like Ryan White had pick 6 written all over that play. I mentioned White with a pair of Division II offers. And again, at 6'1", 175, these corners long, lanky for Summerville.
And can run. That's the thing.
And they can pass, too. Sounds like Booby Miles of Friday Night Lights is James Island, second and about 18 after the hold. Take a quick timeout to avoid the delay of game. And again, you're talking about a junior quarterback in Connor Dantzler who sat and learned under Braxton Scott, a quarterback who we saw here last year against Cane Bay. He now playing at Charleston Southern with his big brother. There's a lot of new faces, but for Dantzler, without having to live up to the expectations, what's the mindset for a young quarterback that's learning to be not only the quarterback of a ball club, but the leader that they desperately need as well?
Like you said, it's just a learning process, and the more snaps, the more defenses that he can see, the more experience is just going to prove to be better for him in the long run. So, yeah, I mean, you can learn from the sideline, but there's nothing like actually going through the live bullets yourself. So I can tell you, speaking with the coaching staff of James Island before the game, they are excited. They have a ton of underclassmen, freshmen, sophomores, even some juniors sprinkled in it. They have really high hopes for. So it's all the difference between having a good team and having a good program. And it seems like Jamar McCoy well on his way to building a solid football program here at James Island.
Dantzler, 50% passing completion, 158 yards per game, 7 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He's another guy that worked out with David Moore, cornerback guru in the Low Country. Really bright futures. He's looking for a man in double coverage. Dangerous throw as he was looking for Cornell again across the middle. Maybe a little advised, trying to force something on second and long.
Yeah, really nothing there. 3 white jerseys around. Did a nice job of moving the pocket to his left. But if you look at the replay, he kind of had a little bit of room to run here. Maybe that's one that you give the idea or make them think that you're going to take off and run. At least make that defense kind of come up to stop and then lob it over the top. But fortunately for him, he'll have another chance to pick up a first down.
Summerville defense, too, who's given up some points this year in a couple shootouts. What have you seen out of them defensively? From a scheme standpoint, it's been brilliant play call. It's really quiet James Island so far.
Well, they're probably thinking, you know what, offense has kind of bailed us out all season long, so now, right now, the offense is not really in sync, so we'll be the ones that step up and, pull this through forward. But you're right. You look at their scores, Jack.
Timeout, James Island. That's their second.
They beat Stratford to start the season 28-14, won against South Florence 46-20. The one-score game against Berkeley 41-35, and then against Chapin 53-32. Won at Goose Creek 43-21, which again, Coach Rafferty said, hey, honestly, we kind of took our foot off the gas, and that's what happened when you did that. And then, of course, last week, the big win against Stahl, 77-6. So he wants to see 4 complete quarters from this football team as they continue to build on that momentum and, become the dominant team that he thinks they have the ability to do. But it's going to take not having these lulls, not, having quarters like this where things just don't seem to be in sync. So we'll see what happens here, but this is what he kind of warned us about. Guys have got to come to play every single night.
Well, too, you mentioned that 77 against Stahl last week. That was the second most points in school history. The record was set in 2007 against a Fort Dorchester team. And you think about the John McKissick era, greatest high school coach of all sports, of all time. That is really saying something for Ian Rafferty in his 4th season. 3rd and 20 for Dantzler. Wide open, quick little slant. He gets it to Singleton with a whole lot of grass in front of him. Running away from a corner. And how about that 3rd down conversion?
That's speed. Great call by James Holland. They saw the blitz coming up the middle, threw it right behind the blitz in the middle. The middle of the field, you hear me say it every week, Jack, is always wide open, and then it just became a foot race. You're not going to win many foot races with Jalen Brown Singleton. And how about that? On 3rd down and 20, the Trojans pick up a first down.
Well, that's a huge throw for Dantzler's confidence.
Right.
But again, just to give Singleton the ball out in open space, the guy he beats, actually, Will Flores, you'll see Summerville blitz that casino house every down because they feel like they can trust their corners. Flores, who's 3rd on the team in tackling, that's just the speed of Singleton.
And that pass, Jack, had to be perfect. If he throws it behind him and slows him down, he gets caught from behind. So that's the importance of leading your receiver ahead. You don't want to throw to where he is, but where he's going to be. And because of that, that's why he was able to get so many yards after the catch.
Dead ball. Encroachment on the offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
Ooh, interesting. Haven't seen an encroachment on the offense. It looks like a pre-snap formation, and Jamar McCoy was beside himself because they had the tight end, Jay Morris, streaking all by himself down the middle of that scene.
I'm not a football coach, but when on offense, the one thing I couldn't stand is how do you line up offside? Like, just look to your right, look to your left, and if you're ahead of the ball, just back up.
And oftentimes, the refs will let you know.
But, again, they're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds, which is why, I would probably have gray hair if I coached in high school.
Well, they'll get it all back and then some. Singleton with an 8-yard pickup, but hold your horses. Another yellow hanky on the outside. Looked like it may have been in the position of holding. It's like receiver getting his hands on the outside.
You're down the field like that as a wide receiver. You kind of have to shadow block. You got to just dance with the DB. As you're right, Jack, holding is the call against James Allen. Kind of dance, just kind of get in the way. But as soon as you lock on, as you said, on the outside, they're going to call it every single time.
Looks like they got that on the senior Cornell again. And again, I don't know if it's going to be a spot of foul or if they're going to back him up, making it 1st and 25. Erasing that massive 3rd down conversion.
And if you're Jamar McCoy, you're like, you're beating yourself.
Holding.
You're going to have to play one of your better games anyway. So don't minimize yourself or don't hurt yourself, penalize yourself by committing those types of fouls. That was a big play that's now negated. This is back to now, 1st down and 15.
I was going to say, it looks like it is going to be a spot foul.
Oh, yes, you're right, Jack.
Yeah, well, there's your broadcaster jinx all over. It looks like they're backing him up yet again.
It should be 10 yards from wherever he threw the flag.
Yeah. Which it was on the outside. And look, it looks like Tim Cahill and Jay Tayo at the bottom of your screen, that line judge, delegating about where it should be. Jamar McCoy, who actually ran for state office in the state of North Carolina close to 7 years ago, he's one heck of a politician on the sidelines. He could convince me, I'm all in.
Just an all-around great guy. We really are blessed here in the Low Country to have just some phenomenal coaches that we've seen all season long. And Jamar McCoy, he's right up there with the best of them.
Dantzler move in the pocket. This ball's going to go backwards. Shifty move on the outside, but nowhere to go. Tyree Patton. Look at that. Swarming to the football. Patton is 43 tackle of the year. He's 4th for a loss already.
Yeah, that's called being disciplined and staying in your lane. The swing pass outside to Thomas Webb. Wasn't fooled, kind of like the outlet, because kind of threw it out there. And again, great pursuit. Also, we can't forget about J.T. Williams as well, as he assisted on slowing down the Trojan offense.
Saying the hurry, right, of Yasir Smith. Looked like James Allen may have gotten away with another holding as DeMarcus Vinson, a sophomore right tackle, great size, 6'3", 280. But just a youngster, he's going to have his hands full with Yasir Smith, who, again, the numbers are staggering. But there's a region that Georgia State and others have offered in even just the last 2 weeks.
Just the one thing you can't teach is size. Either you have it or you don't. They can make him a football player.
2nd and 21. It's another little swing pass to Singleton, and nobody home. Big hit on the outside, and again, J.T. Williams in the backfield.
And you almost kind of have to throw the ball down the field. This Summerville defense, they are so aggressive. They're so quick sideline to sideline. You got to try to get something north and south. You're not going to fool this fast, hard-hitting Green Wave defense.
And again, that was Pendergrass coming in from the secondary. Like their corners and their safeties have legit collegiate speed. So to your point, on 3rd and another 21, can they convert for the second time on just this drive through the middle of the field, as you mentioned? Trips at the top, then pass protection. Dancer's going to take off and run, and a big hit. 42 of Summerville laying the boom. It was Cavis Brown, the junior outside linebacker.
Man, at this pace, you got to figure whichever defense can score a touchdown might be the one to win this football game. As right now, this is a defensive clinic between Coach Blades, of Summerville, and then of course the defensive coordinator Aaron Self, who played at the Citadel. Hey, look at this Summerville coaching staff. Ian Rafferty, he played in the NFL. Omar Nesbitt, he's another, played at South Carolina. Aaron Self, so some guys that absolutely know what they're talking about on both sidelines.
Weapon back out there, firing away, and look at this booming kick. We told you we weren't lying. Another big one from Dangerfield. But did they outkick the coverage? There's the superstar sophomore, Jaden Kelly Murray, as just a freshman at safety, picked up an offer from Arkansas. This year as a receiver, ECU, Coastal. And anytime this kid touches the ball in open space, watch out.
Highlight reel, track speed, and even the juke right here in the backfield, and then he comes back, runs through the tackle, and then it was a highlight show down the left sideline. Great pursuit from the Trojans, not to give up on the play, but yeah, that's a guy you can't let him get on the corner because big things happening. Almost a late hit there by Hendrick Barron, but no call on the play.
Best field position so far for Summerville as they take over at the 40. Kick it to the outside. It's Williams. I'm on the edge of my seat because of last week. If you're a Friday Night Rivals fan and you were with us, not like every time someone touched the ball in special teams with Ryan Campbell at Fort Dorchester, we were getting scores. So sorry if I got too animated for you.
I had that one. So many people, Jack, say like they felt like they were literally watching a video game. I mean, I'm like, for you, but for Jack and I right there in person, it was unbelievable just what he did last Friday night.
They sweep it to the outside, shedding a couple blockers. Such great disciplined defense from James Island. Looked like it was 22 Thomas Webb on the outside playing both ways. Also, Savion Smalls, first to tackle.
Starting to see some hands on the hips of the defenders of James Island. Coach Rafferty talked about just kind of wearing guys down. If you're James Island, you can keep Summerville off of the scoreboard, even if you give up a field goal here. But a huge third down play. If you can get a stop here, Jack, it'd be interesting.
Well, they've kept it away from a shootout. Even with 5 to go, you tell Jamar McCoy, hey, you're 0-0 after, close to 17 minutes of play. You go, hey, sign me up. It's another 3rd and short. Summerville keep it on the ground. Whole lot of turf in front of them. Williams again. A pickup of about 14 met in the secondary by Sammy McKelvey.
Also joining him was Jasavion Brown on the stop. And it seems like every once in a while Summerville will pop one off. But this defense of James Island, it's been bend but don't break. Let's see if they can keep the green wave out of the end zone again. But it kind of feels like Summerville, they're like towing the line. Something big about to happen.
They're going up tempo, out on the outside. Not a zip on that fastball. He was looking for ZJ Jenkins, his basketball star. Throw glances right off the fingertips. We're talking about a dude in Jaden Cummings who's completing at 71%. 86 of 121, that's quite volume. 232 a game. Been held quiet. It's really been his feet that have picked up first downs for Summerville, as now they're going to option him out wide. Yeah, let's get weird. It's a 2 tight end set. That's Williams in motion. Murray out of that Wildcat. Stopped that for a band of 2. There's no tricking this James Island defense right now, as it looked like it was Luke Garvin and Coleman Jones in the backfield.
I mean, you talk about a picture-perfect defensive game plan to slow down Summerville. That's exactly what James Island is doing thus far. I mean, they are making the green wave work for everything they get. And once again, Summerville forced with 3rd down and long.
3rd and 8. Pair of receivers at the bottom. He's going to motion out Keyshawn Washington. He'll stop at the H-back. Cunningham will keep. Oh, big hit on the outside, Cummings. laying the boom is Luke Garvin as Cummings scampers for about a 3-yard pickup.
And it's almost as if the defense was expecting that first couple of times. Cummings able to turn the corner, pick up big yardage. That time they did a good job of staying at home, not letting him completely get around. And once again, Jack, a big 4th down.
Let me ask you this. Is it designed? Is that RPO designed, or is it just like, hey, James Allen's giving him the run, he's taking it at this point? Are they slowing the game down a little bit for him?
It seems like usually they teach you to read that defensive end. If he crouches down, you give. Not a timeout on the field, but a huge play coming up here with 3:22 left to play in the first half.
It looks like Summerville's going to keep the offense on the field for their 4th down attempt of the night. Come on. It's a defensive slaughterhouse tonight with 3:22 to go. It's Knights Companies. Front out travel driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Defense driving the way.
These are the people of South Carolina. These are our neighbors. And when one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. A lot of people don't know what to do after a car wreck. That's what we're here for. Call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
Welcome to Purpose Driven Athletics. We are dedicated to mentoring student athletes, helping them reach their athletic capabilities and academic goals. Our personalized approach improves your chances of getting into the college you want. Don't wait. Join Purpose Driven Athletics today. We will give you the mentorship and coaching you deserve. Learn more about us online at purposedrivenathletics.com. Let us help you reach your goals. Your future starts now with Purpose Driven Athletics.
I've been working with Jason Noble for 6 years, and he's helped me and my wife Christine establish a generational wealth plan, not only for ourselves, but for our entire family.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
Maybe not necessarily the matchup we expected. We knew it was going to be a good one. James Island, Summerville. We had this game highlighted literally and figuratively. Maybe for that James Island student section, as you take a look at tonight's Millard Austin Siegel Award. Thumbs up, Cam. We're going to need that student section to get loud for this 4th down.
Yeah, this is a big play by far. It's up to this point the biggest play for this James Island defense. They are holding their own against, well, the greatest show on turf, it seems like this year offensively. Got to give 2 thumbs up to the guys on the James Island defense.
Washington in motion at the bottom of the screen. They're going to drop back Cummings to pass. Looking to drop it off, and he's got his man. Almost picks it off, but no. The president of Flower Town, I was told a year ago, Keyshawn Washington, a huge 4th down pickup, as not only going to get the first, brought to you by Purpose Driven Athletics, he scampers for about 18 more into the rapid repair red zone.
As you see, another pass. I mean, just out the fingertips, but another solid pass, not thrown at him. The way the pass was thrown, it allowed yards after the catch. Great throw by the quarterback, Jaden Cummings.
Led him perfectly, but again, I kind of held my breath. I thought Hendricks Barron almost got a big paw on it. It looked like he picked it off the way the defense had moved with Barron. Instead, Cummings showing off that accuracy. And for the first time tonight, we've said rapid repairs, as these defenses have been so tough keeping these guys out of the red zone. Cummings on the move, looking for his man. Ooh, you got Moss almost just had a segment. Jaden Kelly Murray almost went and dunked on him, but great defense in coverage for J.I. was Jasavion Brown.
I mean, being in the right place at the right time. I thought that was a touchdown. Look at the throwing on the run. I mean, that's impressive, and to be able to deliver a dart just like that. But the defense there, once again, causing a little disruption. 3rd down coming up for the Green Wave.
Yard to gain is the 3. We're looking at about 3rd and 5. There's Washington in the bottom. Murray in motion. Williams in the backfield. They'll hand off. Cuts right up through the middle of the field. And how about the vision, the patience of Javin Williams. $171, but speedy quick for his 7th touchdown of the season. And tonight's first try to technical college touchdown.
Untouched here. The nice cutback. Put that right foot in the ground. Broke it left. Came back up the middle. The Green Wave, they strike first.
Talk about back-to-back weeks. We saw Acosta from Ashley Ridge, Ryan Campbell of Fort Dorchester. They were spectacular. We might have the next one up. The sophomore, we mentioned the size, but at $171, he runs so physical for a kid of his size. And then when he hits that seam, There is no Kevin Williams. Finally gets somebody on the scoreboard. Again, check out the vision of 9.
We talked to the offensive line credit. When you have holes of that nature, very easy to get into the end zone. As you see the Summerville offense looking at what they just did. That was a very impressive drive. Had to come up with a couple of 4th downs on that drive as well. And despite, Summerville with the 7-0 lead, you really got to tip your cap to James Allen. They are legit making Summerville work for every single yard that they get. They've, for the most part, eliminated the big play.
No doubt. It said if you can just get off the field on 3rd down, but because of Summerville's ability to go for on 4th, Barron gets a hand on that ball. We're still at goose eggs. Again, this is a Summerville offense. I know I speak in exaggeration a lot, man. I know that I overuse electric. And this Summerville offense, we're talking about a team that's averaging 244 in the air, 225 on the ground. Coach Rafferty bragged on that 3-headed monster he's got at running back, whether it be Williams, KJ Jenkins, or DJ Grant. But that offensive line, he said, it's really good. And that's coming from a guy that played 4 years of professional football, 3 for the Jets and Titans. He was a second-team All-ACC selection for NC State. He was really the anchor of that offensive line for his McKissick Dynasty teams. For him to say that this offensive line is good. John Corley and company on that left side, man, they are paving the way.
Now, here's the thing, Jack. You got 2:38 left to play in the first half. If you're Summerville, James Allen, the worst for you is going into the locker room down 7-0 at the half. Don't come out, get a 3-and-out, have to kick the ball away, and then allow Summerville to put on the scoreboard before the half. So worst case scenario here, James Allen, you just run the clock out if you don't score, but do not allow that Summerville offense to get back on the field.
I mean, if you're watching Summerville for the first time tonight, don't be surprised in the fact that maybe James Allen's lulled them to sleep a little bit too, and the fact that we saw them go up tempo for the first time, not just that last drive. This is a team that thrives in chaos. So who are you looking for here? Empty backfield, no tight ends, 3 receivers at the top, Brown, Singleton right at the bottom. You want to see them maybe take a chance here?
Or maybe quarterback run up the middle.
Dantzler looking for his receiver out in the middle of the field. And how about Yasir Smith? 6'4", 270, a menace on the low block. Now a menace on that D block.
Grown man. We kidded with Coach Rafferty. We're like, hey, there was another guy that played at Fort Dorchester that kind of had a very similar build, played defensive end, won a national championship with the University of Florida, had a very long career there in the NFL. Of course, talking about Carlos Dunlap, and he was like, yeah, we're going to slow down.
Yeah,
Carlos was just different, but he has that type of potential because of that build to potentially kind of fill that role and be a dominant defensive end.
This time they hand it off. A little sweep to the outside. Singleton wisely stays in bounds to make sure the clock keeps running. Nice tackle on the outside, this time by Pendergrass. To your point, too, he just started playing football.
Yeah.
I don't think the comp is necessarily that egregious because he just started playing.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that Summerville's done a great job of. Ian mentioned getting those guys that normally just want to play basketball to come out for football. And I think he said the success that Yannick had, Melvin Teal, not available tonight, her star in the basketball court. He's playing football. So, and Coach Rafferty said, I love guys that play multiple sports. It just makes everything better for them.
Play clock winding down to 5. Game clock at $1.50. You see Jamar McCoy right in the ear of Dantzler. Dantzler, this time he's going to move the pocket. He's going to take off and run. And wisely scampers out of bounds. Good enough for another first down. This is a part of his game that he's so locked in on his progressions that Coach McCoy, he wants him to take off and go because he can.
Well, the good thing is if they're playing man-to-man, that means everyone's taking off and they're just keyed on their guy, which should give him running lanes. So smart decision not to force it. Knew he only had to pick up 2 yards. Pick that up. More importantly, now they can potentially run out this first half and not give the ball back to Summerville.
That first down brought to you by Purpose Driven Athletics, guiding student athletics to their collegiate success. Quick little out route to Singleton. Important to mention, too, haven't even talked about the fact that Jalen Brown Singleton, I joked in the open, got no idea where they're going to line him up. It's mostly because they're starting running back, Amor Scott, stud player, has been a part of this offense for the last 4 seasons, 4-year letterman. He's out for the season, so Singleton, who was playing in the slot, now being asked to play running back and making the transition look seamless.
Let's not forget, 144 left. They do have Gray Dangerfield on the sideline that has a big leg. So let's see if they can at least get into field goal range.
Oh, my goodness. 88. You said there's something about a single-digit defensive lineman. How about 8-8? He's 6th pass block of the season. 5 was just 4 snaps ago. This one, he blocks this one with his armpit.
Well, that's what you do. You get as deep as you can, and if you can't get to the quarterback, then you stop, throw your hands up. When you're 6'4", you put your hands in the air. You're now 6'7", 6'8". Yes, sir, Yasir Smith. Again, 270, 6'4", and that's without a college training table. So imagine when they get him at the collegiate level, and he's on it, that training table and working out. Yeah, he could be one to be reckoned with for sure and play a lot on Saturdays and Sundays.
Clean pocket. Dancer looking on the outside. Tiptoeing is DJ Wright. Ooh, they're going to say that he didn't get that foot in bounds. He and McCoy beg to differ. We'll take another look.
And of course, in high school, you only need 1 foot in.
See, he's drifting. Ooh, man, is that left foot close.
Unless his toe, unless he's a size 12 shoe, and he needed to be a size 11. But the official was right on top of it, so we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt. And unfortunately, that's a 4th down. So James Allen will have to punt it away.
I think it's the right call, too. You said a size 12 shoe. DJ Wright's 6'6". It might be a size 15. His 4th and 7, they'll bring out Dangerfield.
Punt coverage so important here.
Oh, man, coming in high was Williams. They're looking for a penalty flag as this is going to be the shortest punt of the night for Dangerfield. But Javen Williams, the sophomore running back, flying into that special teams unit. Question mark to be had. Again, an official right there. May have just been bang, bang.
He was trying to sell it for sure, but did not get the benefit of the doubt, didn't get the call. So as a result now, and for some reason our clock on our not correct. There are actually 1 minute and 20 seconds left here. Plenty of time for Summerville. And of course, when you have a senior leader like Jaden Cummins, that's a lot of time.
Remember, too, those early timeouts in the second quarter. Summerville with just the 1 timeout. Trips at the top. He's going to move the pocket. Pressure breathing down. Great ball into the outside as he's going to get Gwynn. And ooh, deja vu. Trojans are not a fan of that call.
And it's right in front of that James Allen bench. So that's back-to-back plays where Coach McCoy did not necessarily agree with the stripes.
Carson Gwynn, such a proficient route runner. He might only average about 30 yards per game, but, man, he is so reliable. Got 2 touchdowns on the season, too. 6'2", $190, man. This is a kid that deserves to play at the next level as well.
And they're going to go ahead and give him a first down because it was right at the marker. And this is a good opportunity for Summerville to work on their 2-minute offense.
Williams in the backfield with Cummings. Another clean pocket. This time he's going to step up and run. Oh, big hit. He was chased from behind. It was Khalil Legree. But laying the boom again. Those linebackers have been scary tonight. That final hit was from Coleman Jones.
Yeah, also Savion Smalls trying to lower the boom. Didn't necessarily wrap up, but definitely left a lasting impression on the runner.
Game clock at about 45. Another clean pocket. Cummings opts to move it, throwing across his body. In and out of the hands of Keyshawn Washington. May have thrown it a little bit out in front. But again, great coverage by James Island. Man, I'm so impressed with his pass even. This is just Savion Brown again in coverage.
And what they're doing a nice job, Jack, is they're keeping everything in front of them. Even on the scramble drill, they're not allowing Summerville wide receivers to just run behind them and get wide open. So really give credit to that secondary of James Island and also the front seven. They're putting pressure on Jaden Cummins and not allowing him to just kind of sit back there and pick the defense apart.
3rd and 4. Washington back. Murray in motion. Williams is going to hand it off. Nope, it's the RPO. This time he finds Washington out in the flats. Looking to run away from the backer. There's Luke Thomas in coverage. Wrap up and tackle Washington out of bounds. Stop the game clock at about 35.
Did such a nice job of executing the fake. And then just landed out there in the flats.
Here's the deal. I fell for it, too. It's like the 4th time that I had RPO. I'm with you, camera guys. Man, our crew is the best in the Southeast, and I'm telling you,
Probably our camera guys are so high in the sky that it's kind of hard to see the football down there.
Cummings fakes it so well. This time he's got another clean pocket. Looking downfield, no miscommunication. Washington ran a little crow route on the outside, but double coverage. Great work by the safety over the top. It was number 4 for James Island, Ben McQueen. It's also Savion Brown in coverage as well. Because they've got 5 weapons to be schematically for HB Blades, that nickel position that they've got Savion Brown. We've seen some 24 in Savion Brown as well. It's been so crucial for them for their success so far.
Well, you have to have guys that can also come up and defend the run. So not only can they stop the run, but also, like you said, get back in pass coverage when you have so many weapons as Summerville does.
31 to go in the quarter. 2nd and 10. Cummings, a dart on the outside. Keyshawn Washington right on the numbers, pushed out of bounds by Brown.
How about that spin move by Malachi Jefferson? Give him about 1.5 more seconds. That probably would have been a sack. You see Jefferson at the bottom of the screen, number 8. Watch the spin move. Just whoop, and just spun right off on a nice big-time move, but just not early enough. Great ball delivery by Cummings.
Ball comes out of his hand different, doesn't it?
It does. It's almost like he does such a great job of anticipating where guys are going to be. He doesn't wait until they get open. He kind of throws them open. That's what all the great quarterbacks do.
Looks like we're adding a couple seconds on the game clock. We pumped up to 17 as Tim Cahill having a good conversation with the head coach, the politician, Jamar McCoy. Up to 17. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25 for Summerville. Still got that one timeout in their back pocket. Bennett Kelly, who's got a long of 36 yards on the season, their field goal kicker. He's 3 of 3. 28 of 30 PATs, really efficient, but they're thinking 6.
And he's not had a lot of attempts. He's had only 3 when you're scoring touchdowns and averaging 48 points. Yeah, not a lot of field goals in your history.
Cummings on the move. He's looking for Williams on the outside. They say this ball's incomplete. And honestly,
that's a break for Summerville.
Big break for not having to use that timeout.
Yeah, because you got to figure if he catches that inbounds, clock continues, it's not a first down. They have to scramble, and you're right, Ian would have to call that final timeout.
Hey, and kudos again, man, your guy Malachi Jefferson, the senior at 260. I don't know if we've seen a big up front who's played nose tackle, who's played D-end, as speedy as Jefferson. Jefferson, who's got 13 tackles for a loss this year, 4 sacks, and 2 quarterback hurries. I know I'm not a math guy. I've joked about it all year. I believe he's got 4 hurries already this quarter. Malachi Jefferson having himself one heck of a first half. 10 on the game clock. Dwindling down, looking for the end zone. He was looking for Washington on a comeback route, but again, that coverage blanketed as he had nowhere to go with the football. 5 seconds go in the quarter.
And that's a senior quarterback for you. You know you got 5 seconds. You're going to try and get that field goal. You don't put the ball in harm's way. Simply just throw it out of bounds, stop the clock, and then live for this final play, which is not going to be a field goal attempt. Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down or 3rd down.
It was a long of 38. We're at the 25. It'd be a 42. It'd be a career long. Summerville looking to get a guy to jump off sides. Cummings may have thought he got him. Looks like Summerville and Coach Rafferty will burn that last time out of the half.
Exciting first half, Jack. I got to tell you, we knew it would be we thought it would be a lot of offense. The offense of Summerville against the defense of James Allen. And the one scoring drive, very impressive for Summerville. But all in all, man, this has been a good, hard-fought 5A football game. And James Allen, they're holding their own against the 5th-ranked team in the state.
We said fall is in the air. This felt like the first real true high school football game under the lights, didn't it? I know you and I are a big fan, especially with our big walk up the beautiful bleachers here at the backyard. But, man, I don't know if we can give enough credit. We talked to Jamar McCoy. I go, hey, dude, your defense pretty good, huh? Only double-digit points twice. He was the first to go, man, HB Blades is the difference maker. You brought him up. HB Blades played 4 years in the NFL with the Washington Redskins. He played at Pitt, that Panther team that actually had Larry Fitz. He was a first-team All-American in 2006.
Yeah.
Before being a 6-rounder. This guy's the real deal. His dad, Benny, was on that Miami team. Uncles Brian and Al playing in the NFL for the Seahawks and Giants. there's legit NFL pedigree between Ian Rafferty with his 3 years in the NFL.
Omar Nesbitt.
Come on, man.
These guys know what they're talking about, and it shows with their football teams. They're well coached. They execute. Yes, they still make mental mistakes. That's just part of the game. But, Blades, he's doing a phenomenal job as we are going to indeed have that field goal attempt.
It's going to be a 42-yard career long for Bennett Kelly. Snap good, hold good, wide left. What a half. Fired up is Jamar McCoy in this James Island student section to hold this Summerville team, a top 5 team at the 5A level, to just 7. Man, what a big defensive effort from the Trojans.
That's like a win. Missing that field goal, and you played so well in that first half to not allow, so to speak, a cheap 3 is huge for them. And that momentum going into the half tune of your Coach McCoy, you got to be excited with what you've seen there defensively in that first half.
Because I'm frankly thinking with that timeout, man, someone was going to get 6. They've done it all year. But, man, Ben don't break. Suffocating pass defense from James Island. But we hear from Ian Rafferty, the guy that's built just an absolute powerhouse up in Flowertown. He's with the third member of our crew, Lauren Lennon. Lauren, take it away.
I'm here with the coach for Summerville. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us before you head into that locker room. So, tie game up into the last 2.5 minutes of this game. You guys were the first ones to put numbers on that board. What are you telling your team in that locker room to keep up this momentum?
We just got to keep playing. That's all. I mean, they're kind of slowing the game down a little bit, trying to run the whole play clock, and they're doing a good job of moving the ball, and their punter's really good. He's pinning us back deep. So we're just going to keep playing. We get the ball back second half, which is a good thing, so hopefully we can get another one going.
And then going into the second half, what are you going to mainly be focusing on to make sure you keep this lead?
Hopefully we just keep playing defense like we've been playing. Our defense has been lights out the first half, and offensively we just got to push the tempo a little bit more. This is kind of a slow, boring game. This is what everybody tries to do to us. They try to slow the game down, make it boring, and grind the clock out. So we're going to play a little bit faster in the second half.
Well, thank you so much, and good luck in the second half, Coach. Back to you guys upstairs.
Lauren, fantastic work with head coach Ian Rafferty. He told us key to the game, don't be dumb, and then his words for Lauren.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do in order to win the football game. So you can't. I don't hate Coach McCoy because he's doing what gives his team the best chance. He knew he could win a 42-41 game. The best chance he had was to win it 10-7, and it's still in striking range.
Come on, Coach Raff said, hey, it was born. I don't know. We had a blast.
That's right.
Knights Company's Front Out Rivals, driven by Crew Chevrolet. Summerville, top 5 team in the state with a 7-0 lead over region foe James Island. Don't go anywhere. Climate Makers halftime report right after this.
What do we got?
Code 27, freezer failure.
Sounds like a cold case.
The freezer's not freezing, and Timmy's party's today.
What's with the igloo?
Can't have a pool party without popsicles, right, honey?
I'll check the breaker.
Here's your problem. Fried circuit.
Best not to overload your outlets.
All set.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I am glad I'm here because it's really helping me.
I have a lot of things I want to do.
I like being in charge of others.
My confidence really build up since I've been here.
This place has showed me it's not good to run from your education.
It's a really great place. You got people here that are willing to help you.
It's something that's going to get you through every day. It's just something you have to have. And they're making it possible for me because if I wasn't here, I would not be in high school.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
Rapid Repairs is the standard for electrical repairs in the Lowcountry. We offer our clients a peace of mind with a professional experience that delivers industry-leading guarantees and straightforward pricing. With over 20 years of experience, our licensed experts handle everything from inspections to installations and repairs with precision and care. Call now and get a 10% discount on your first service. You deserve the best. If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs.
Welcome to the Climate Makers Halftime Report, where your comfort is our business.
Each week, the Thumbs Up guys are proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The student selected will have an opportunity to win a $5,000 scholarship at the end of each season. Tonight's scholar athletes are first from Summerville High School. If it's a familiar name and face, yeah, it's Mr. Paxton Elrod, a stud on the soccer field, obviously on the gridiron tonight as well. Boasting that 5.27 GPA, Paxton has been a 4-year letterman at soccer, a multi-sport athlete, obviously playing on the gridiron as well. But he was a Defensive Player of the Year last year, back in 2023 for the varsity soccer team. He also volunteers his time at the Berkeley Animal Shelter, and also at YMCA Togetherhood program. Congratulations to Paxton Elrod. For James Island on the other sidelines, how about the baseball standout? William Herring, a 4.86 GPA, playing for Coach Spivey here at James Island. They made a serious run at the state championship last year. William, who looks to continue playing his collegiate level just a season away. William Herring, a standout on both the baseball field and the classroom as well. To Paxton and William, congratulations on this week's Thumbs Up Guys Scholar Athletes.
Hello again, amazing already the second half of the season, and we are talking scholar athletes as we always do with the Thumbs Up guys. Jeff and Brandon are here, and guys, we've had a great first half. We've had some great entrants. Always a lot of fun when you get to see these entrants and what they're doing.
Absolutely. I mean, some of the plays we've been seeing on the field this year, some of these receivers and running backs putting folks on skates, it looks like.
Yep.
And then we get a resume showing they also have a 5.0 grade point average. I'm like, how has this happened? It's pretty wild. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, Brandon, for you, I know you saw your alma mater with a big win on Friday Night Rivals. Just how fun has this season been for you to watch?
Oh, it's always a blast. You know, like Jeffrey said, I love seeing them out there, you know, giving it their all on the field and then also knowing that they're giving it their all in the classroom. So we're just continue to be so impressed by what they're doing.
We look forward to looking at the rest of the resumes and picking a winner at the end of the year and then handing out that big check from the Thumbs Up guys, sponsors of our Scholar Athletes of the Week.
We'll be right back with more from the Climate Makers Halftime Report.
Climate Makers technicians, dedicated, skilled, and here for you when you need them. For top-notch installation to repairs, you can count on them.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
I was driving to work. There was a car driving so fast, and he hit me. I called the office, and I was so impressed. They signed me up at the same day. They made me feel secure. Everything was amazing. Please call the Thumbs Up guys.
We're those Thumbs Up guys.
In Charleston, success is worth celebrating. At All American Awards, we help you recognize excellence with custom awards and trophies that truly stand out. Everything from name badges and custom acrylics to sports awards. All American Awards makes it easy for you to honor your company or team's hard work and dedication with high-quality craftsmanship. Let All American Awards help you celebrate success. We are Charleston's choice for quality recognition.
Delta Force Athletics is the home of Delta Force All-Stars, Charleston's premier cheerleading and tumbling center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now enrolling for after-school programs and recreational tumbling. Join us for half-year tryouts, Sunday, October 27th. Visit our website to sign up today. Delta Force Athletics. Don't miss your chance to join the Force.
We've been working with Jason Noble for several years.
Recently, when my husband got a layoff notice, we weren't sure if he was ready to retire, but we went to Jason and he said, yeah, you're ready, go for it.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
At Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
Welcome to the Climate Makers Halftime Report, where your comfort is our business.
As the Climate Makers Halftime Report rolls on, fans, we want to give you the opportunity of a lifetime to vote for tonight's Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Game. Log on to abcnews4.com/poll. Vote for either of tonight's cheer squads. Cast a vote for the Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Game. Those results will be shown later on tonight during the fourth quarter. With no further ado, the Trojan and Summerville cheer squads.
3,
We'll be right back with more from the Climate Makers Halftime Report.
Climate Makers technicians, dedicated, skilled, and here for you when you need them. For top-notch installation to repairs, you can count on them.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
A car not stopping at the stop sign T-boned me. I was overwhelmed, so I called the Thumbs Up guys. They're caring, they pay attention to detail, and the results are extraordinary. If you're hurt here in South Carolina, call the Thumbs Up guys.
Where are those thumbs up guys?
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
No-cost tuition is available for 100-plus programs at Trident Technical College. Learn from industry experts and get hands-on experience in labs and clinicals. In-person and online courses are available to suit your schedule and learning style. Get the skills employers are looking for with no student debt. Don't miss out on this opportunity. To take advantage of no-cost tuition, visit us at tridenttech.edu and enroll today.
I've been working with Jason Noble for 8 years. As a result, I was able to retire early. I've referred him to several friends and family. I trust him tremendously.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
At Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
Halftime report rolls on. Your comfort is our business. Comfortable? Not so much for the Summerville Green Wave as they lead 7-0 at the half. And then when we jump into these Southeastern Spine Institute stats for tonight, shocked, sure. The James Island defense we knew was really, really good. But man, were they this good?
Well, I think for both teams, the offense of Summerville, the defense of James Island, that's their strength point. So we knew that both of them excelled in those areas. Tonight would be the one game where we could really see just how good that Summerville offense was and how good the James Island defense is. So as you can see right now, not a lot of yardage, only 89 for James Island, 187. Still the balanced attack offensively for Summerville, no turnovers, a few penalties. I mean, an evenly matched game here. The difference is that one drive, a couple of fourth down conversions for Summerville led to the one score, and that's why our halftime score is 7-0.
The one touchdown for tonight, Javian Williams was so good that half. But again, 8 of 16 from Cummings. Again, as you take another look, the patience of Williams off the charts.
Yeah, but I'm very impressed offensively. Even though we've not had a lot of scoring, they've shown signs of, okay, they're about to break it, and then a penalty or something would kind of to derail them. But all in all, a good 5-8 football first half. But as we know, Jack, football game is 4 quarters, not 2. Can't wait to see what happens in the second half.
Second half on the other side of this Climate Makers halftime report of Lauren Lennox, Jamar McCoy after this short break.
Here's tonight's primetime lineup on MyTV Charleston, sponsored locally by Joy Law Firm. Injured? Hurt at work? Just call Joy, 888-8888.
Watch Entertainment Tonight
after ABC News 4 at 7.
Climate Makers technicians, dedicated, skilled, and here for you when you need them. For top-notch installation to repairs, you can count on them.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your
Leading and Tumbling Center. Our 10,000 square foot facility allows your child to discover their athletic ability, regardless of skill level. Now enrolling for after-school programs and recreational tumbling. Join us for half-year tryouts, Sunday, October 27th. Visit our website to sign up today. Delta Force Athletics. Don't miss your chance to join the Force.
No-cost tuition is available for 100-plus programs at Trident Technical College. Learn from industry experts and get hands-on experience in labs and clinicals. In-person and online courses are available to suit your schedule and learning style. Get the skills employers are looking for with no student debt. Don't miss out on this opportunity. To take advantage of no-cost tuition, visit us at tridenttech.edu and enroll today.
Welcome to Purpose Driven Athletics. We are dedicated to mentoring student athletes, helping them reach their athletic capabilities and academic goals. Our personalized approach improves your chances of getting into the college you want. Don't wait. Join Purpose Driven Athletics today. We will give you the mentorship and coaching you deserve. Learn more about us online at purposedrivenathletics.com. Let us help you reach your goals. Your future starts now with Purpose Driven Athletics.
At Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
As the Climate Makers halftime report comes to a conclusion, we welcome you back into the backyard at tonight's company's Friday Night Rivals, driven by Cruz Chevrolet Summerville, with a 7-0 lead. But how good was that defense of the home squad, the James Island Trojans? Let's send it down to Lauren, Coach McCoy, find out what's due for the second half. Waiting to hear from Lauren and Coach McCoy. Not sure if they can hear us upstairs, but as the teams have rolled out and have begun stretching, man, we talk about what Coach McCoy has built here in just the last 4 years, coming down from Huss High School in North Carolina. Like, his culture oozes, and it's just so contagious to be here this evening.
Well, it's one of those situations where you got to get your kids to expect to win, not hope to win. And so when you change that culture and you go out there saying, ooh, you know, we're playing the fifth-ranked team in the state. But no, they put on their cleats 1 foot at a time just like us. So go out there and do your best and let the chips fall where they are.
All right, well, it looks like we've got Lauren and Coach McCoy are ready to rumble. Lauren, take it away. Working on some technical difficulties down there, but I'm telling you, whatever it was, I said contagious. It really is inspirational talking with Coach McCoy as we work out those kinks. Talking with him not only this year, but last year as well. How does that buy-in, I guess, happen so fast for maybe a program in a school that didn't necessarily exist before he got here?
In the words of Dabo Sweeney, the fun is in winning. And when you win, it becomes contagious, and people want to be a part of successful things. So you look, the numbers are up for James Island. They're doing a great job of winning. He's doing a great job of letting these kids believe that they can win, and they can. And when they do the little things and they listen to the coaching staff and they execute, good things can happen. And again, last year only 1 loss on the season. This year they're 4-2. Last week's loss kind of crazy. Literally one play kind of did them in the loss to West Ashley. But yeah, he's building a strong thing here, and it's not going to be a 1 year. They're not going to have to rebuild. It'll just be a matter of reloading.
I think too, we've joked and talked about this idea of, hey, to be able to pull off the upset against a top 5 team in the state, like, this program has done nothing but win since Coach McCoy arrived to the island. I think what's important to also mention is this idea that the proof is in the pudding. He has sent guys to go play at the next level where this school didn't necessarily have a lot of guys up on that table on signing day. Ushi Ravenel, a kid at receiver that we fell in love with last year, playing up at Limestone. Obviously, Braxton Scott, the quarterback down the road at Division I, Charleston Southern. Man, to see what he's been able to build so quickly, obviously all in, all about winning. But you can tell when he talked about, hey, because of the reclassification, we feel like we're playing in the SEC this year. To have to go play Summerville and Fort Dorchester and Ashley Ridge, that's something that's never happened in this area before. We play with a chip on our shoulder moving forward.
It's a little different than playing, what was it, May River and, Beckham and Buford. Yeah,
right? Like
this is big boy football here, and they're doing a nice job of holding their own.
Well, 7-point deficit. Cummings and company will take over in this second half. We get ready to wait the big kick of Dangerfield. We were told that he had the ability to kick it through the uprights. About as good as advertised, folks. He's 21 of 25 on touchbacks this year.
I think Ian Rafferty said, on special teams practice this week, we're going to work on kickoff return for maybe 2 minutes because every time he kicks it, it's a touchback.
I'd love to touch on this before Summerville's offense rolls out. How about his special teams coach this year? Coleman Franzone, who was a part of that really dynamic duo as Dangerfield the kicking. Franzone was doing the punting, taking a gap year because of the college football landscape, looking to find a home to play at the next level. He was a 4-star as well. He had 4 to 5-star in their special teams unit. So in his gap year, Franzone coming back to coach up his buddies. Really cool story for a unit that is really, really good. And is really, really good is 16-4. Jaden Kelly Murray, his first catch of the half goes for 14.
Jasavian Brown there on the stop for James Allen, and you played so well in that first half, Trojans. The last thing you want to do is allow Summerville on this opening drive to march right down the field. You heard Coach Rafferty say he wanted to pick the tempo up, speed it up. I kind of feel like, Jack, this drive right here is going to be the telltale of this game. James Allen's got to come up with a way to stop the Green Wave.
Running backs in the backfield. He's going to motion Washington. H-back spot. He's going to hand it off to Williams. Williams makes a guy miss. Nice tackle from behind. This is the big fella up front for James Island. That's big number 72. 72. That's Shank Harris, who told you hasn't played a lot of two-way, but the sophomore at 6'3", whoo, buddy, 337. They've needed him on both sides today.
He just ran a running back down from behind. I mean, you're not supposed to move that quickly when you weigh 337 pounds. Great play by Shank Harris.
Similar formation, second and short. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But for the first time tonight, we've got the backup running back. Makes a guy miss before he's just crushed in the A-gap by Luke Thomas. That was the backup back, DJ Grant.
And also Hendrick Barron in on the stop for James Allen. Great penetration when James Allen's been able to get in the backfield. They've done a nice job of disrupting this running game of Summerville.
It's Coleman Jones that stuffed things up. They've done such a good job of the big fives clogging the lanes. Let those linebackers come up to the next level. You talked about it at the half. Third and short, can they do it again? Murray in motion, little eye candy. Ends up being pistol, RPO, little option. Cummings with a lot of grass in front of him. Makes an eye miss. Rumbling someone to the James Island 31. And Cummings, who averages 36 rushing yards per game, has already eclipsed that number.
Yeah, Sammy McKelvey took a bad angle here, as you see Cummings, and right here, as you see, yeah, you got to get a little wider because you don't want that one little move to obviously be able to spring him for a big run. So, solid run that time by Jaden Cummings. And almost a late hit, but no call there on Hendrick Barron.
Looked like he almost just lost his footing as well. Cummings looking for the call. There's that similar formation. 4 guys at the top of the screen. They're looking for Gwynn at the bottom this time. That linesman who's been busy tonight for officiating crew signals out of bounds for Carson Gwynn.
You see that's that one-step drop turn. Trying to get him in rhythm. And came in over 1,300 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, and more impressively, just 1 interception. Smart decision maker.
And you see how often he's got the ball in his hands. Only 1 turnover on the season. Spectacular for the senior heading Dartmouth next year. More motion. This time back to the ground from Williams. Big tackles. That is a dynamic duo of Luke Thomas and Coleman Jones up the middle. Jones, who leads his team with 31 tackles, picks up his 5th tonight.
Yeah, they've been busy tonight. Really not allowing. Summerville's had a couple where they've been able to pick up 10+ yards up the middle, but all in all, they've done a nice job of kind of patrolling of the middle of the field.
3rd and 4. RPO this time makes the wrong decision. Rarely is that the case, but Hendricks Barron. How about this number? His 33rd tackle of the season, his 15th tackle for a loss. The 6'5", 245-pounder, the DN, has been a monster all year. Makes a huge play to force 4th down.
Let's not slide Coleman Jones, the senior, also in on the tackle. And once again, we've seen this all night long. Summerville facing a 4th down and 5. Will they be able to convert, or will the defense of James Allen be able to get off the field?
It's their 20th attempt going for it on 4th down all year. They throw it out wide, and Washington make a guy miss. The James Island defense, sideline to sideline. Whole flurry of dudes. Hendricks Barron's over there. The nickel Savion Brown's over there. You see Sammy McKelvey over there. Relentless from snap to kickoff.
Listen, I know James Allen loves HB Blades, their defensive coordinator. If he keeps up these types of performances, he's going to be coaching on a collegiate level here shortly. What a job by his defense tonight. Another 4th down and long, and the Trojans able to this time get off the field and stall out that Summerville drive.
First team All-American at Pittsburgh, DC, HB Blades. A magical job schematically tonight, keeping a really balanced offense confused, frankly. See if James Allen's offense can't return the favor. Pitch it to the outside. Brown Singleton on a little halfback sweep the other way. Brady running through a couple arm tackles. That run for 11, good enough for a Mr. Sparky first down. Jalen Brown Singleton, he might be Mr. Sparky.
They keep letting him get around on the corner, and every time he's been able to turn on the blades and just take off around the side. So another solid run. I love how he has that football in the outside hand, protecting it high and tight, not to allow the Green Wave to punch it away from him.
I know we talked about Ryan Campbell last week with crazy speed. Coach McCoy said Jalen Brown Singleton is real life speed. Like, they got him on a laser at Virginia Tech Combine at a 4.41. That's blazing. They're looking for that quick little curl route on the outside. Great coverage. It was Ryan White all over DJ Wright.
And man, even the offensive game plan of James Allen, everything has worked in their favor tonight. Summerville is kind of like an offense, a team that wants, or I should say in basketball, a team that wants to get up and down the floor. Yeah, they want to run, and if you put it in a zone or you walk it up the floor, kind of take the air out of the football and then be able to execute at the end. Summerville, they've kind of been in this situation before and then able to turn it on in the 4th quarter. We'll see what happens here, but James Allen right now sitting awfully pretty.
It's a halfback dive. This time, Singleton through the middle of the field behind his big guards. That was 18 of Summerville. J.T. Williams, a big hit in the backfield. Williams is his 5th tackle for a loss on the year.
Yeah, Jack, it just goes to show you and I, we came in thinking this game was going to be X, and it definitely is Y and Z. I mean, who would have thought that we'd be talking so much about this Summerville defense and them doing a nice job in keeping, thus far, James Allen off the board?
It's the best advice I ever got. Ray Stackley, a legend of the game. We mentioned John McKissick. Ray Stackley was his counterpart up at Stratford. He's a godfather of sorts to me, as you are as well. He told me, Jack, when you get up in that boot, stop trying to act like you know what you're talking about. Clearly, tonight, it was all offense all the time, as this ball's rifled through the hands of the captain, Sam Crumpton, just the sophomore tight end on the outside. Thought it was Jay Morris. He had 2 tight ends at the bottom of the screen. This one through the hands of Crumpton. Now the weapon that is Grady Dangerfield will head back out.
That one had a little zip on it. Maybe a little finesse needed there to allow his receiver an opportunity to locate the football and come up with the catch, but not able to connect. 4th down. Let's see if, once again, Mr. Dangerfield can pin back the Green Wave offense.
Averaging 41-yard net per punt. Remember last time, it was Williams in the backfield almost roughing him. This time, Williams back there again, runs into the leg, and this time a yellow hanky comes out. The ball's going to roll out of bounds at around the Summerville 22, but hold your horses. Roughing or running into will be the question at play.
It looks like just running, so it'll just be a 5-yard penalty, so it will not be an automatic first down since it's not roughing the kicker.
Hey, you play Madden here. You play NCAA. What you got? You're my football guru.
No, the way your defense is playing right now, you still punt this ball away and make them drive the length of the field.
We'll find out when we come back. 7:21 in the 3rd quarter. The defensive juggernauts stand still. Summerville with a 7-0 lead in the 3rd.
You've got a friend in the car business.
And you can have no payments till 2025. New Chevys and used cars too. Now at Cruise Chevy on Rivers, no payment till 2025 for the approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
Ever wonder what it's like to work at Knight's Companies? It's more than just a job. It's family. Here, you're not just another employee. You're a valued member of a team dedicated to excellence and innovation in concrete construction. We're united by our passion for building the future together. Join us at Knight's Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build.
You've got a friend in the car business.
No payments for 2025 at Cruise Chevy on Rivers. Choose your new Chevy or certified pre-owned and have no payment till next year with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
Knights Company's Front Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet. If you're just joining us, Summerville, a top 5 team in the Palmetto State at the 5A level with a 7-0 lead. They've only played one game this season to one score. Jack DeLongchamp alongside Everett German upstairs, Lauren Lynn, the third member of our crew downstairs. And any decisions was a roughing the punter by Javen Williams. Second time tonight. He's gotten nearly close to Russian Dangerfield. What you got here?
You got to go, and that was running. So running's only 5, roughing's you're 15. So that's why Jack is not an automatic first down. But yeah, I definitely agree with this. You just punt it away again and make them drive the length of the field.
This time, a little bit of a shorter punt. They'll only lose about 7 yards as the last one went out of bounds at around the 21. But this, a little bit of a higher punt, backing up Murray. You don't want to give him open space. And you said during the break, that might be the right decision. Don't want to kind of deflate your defense by giving them shorter field position.
Yeah, Summerville, it's kind of like, that offense that literally is just right there, just ready to explode. So make them work for it. You brought up a good point. They're one big play away from really kind of deflating. But I got confidence in this James Allen defense here tonight. They've been sensational.
Williams breaks a tackle. He beats another man to the secondary. It's a foot race with Coleman Jones. Looking for a tearaway jersey of the days of old. Jones will wrap him up, tackle him out of bounds at the 44, but not before a big Javen Williams 24-yard pickup.
As we mentioned, literally hanging on by a thread as Coleman Jones able to just get enough of that jersey to bring him down. Otherwise, he still would be running to the end zone right now.
Nice stiff arm from Williams. Again, running behind that right side. Avian Kennard, the right tackle. Nice tackle this time. Luke Garvin from behind, a little backside pursuit. 4-yard pickup for Williams.
And all night long, we've seen this James Allen defense bend, but don't break. Summerville really has done a nice job for the most part, moving the ball between the 20s, but once it's gotten inside, that's where they kind of stall out, except the obvious one drive that they were able to punch it in. So, again, James Allen defense just trying to give themselves a chance here in the fourth quarter.
Williams makes a guy miss, puts his foot in the ground, and he's going to burn everybody. One guy to beat and a tutty. His second of the night, his 8th on the season. This special from the superstar sophomore. Look at him put his foot in the ground, plant, and burn everybody to the pylon.
Simply making people miss. Offensive line again. Look at those blocks. Able to run through, little shimmy shake there, and then taking it to the house just simply outruns the secondary. Great pursuit, but not able to get Williams on the ground. And maybe that's the big play that Summerville needed here to kind of give them a little breathing room.
Bennett Kelly out. 14, the holder. Cooper Cafina, the backup quarterback. Snap good, hold good. Kelly rifles in another PAT. Score 14-0 from Summerville. They were a ticking time bomb. Ooh, Javen Williams off to the races. It was all number 9 on that drive as Summerville pushed the lead out the 2.
There was a car driving so fast and he hit me. A car not stopping at the stop sign T-boned me. I was overwhelmed, so I called the Thumbs Up guys. They make me feel secure. If you're hurt here in South Carolina, call the Thumbs Up guys.
We're those Thumbs Up guys.
Welcome to Purpose-Driven Athletics. We are dedicated to mentoring student athletes, helping them reach their athletic capabilities and academic goals. Our personalized approach improves your chances of getting into the college you want. Don't wait. Join Purpose-Driven Athletics today. We will give you the mentorship and coaching you deserve. Learn more about us online at purposedrivenathletics.com. Let us help you reach your goals. Your future starts now with Purpose-Driven Athletics.
I've been working with Jason Noble since he was referred by a friend. He's helped me so much on my retirement journey that now I have no financial worries at all.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
Knights Company's Front Rivals, driven by Cruise Chevrolet, and that running attack of Summerville rolls on with 6:41 to go in the third quarter. Javen Williams made this happen fast. But look at the big push-up front from big number 71, John Corey.
Yeah, did a nice job with the trap block, and then here he just simply made a move. Kind of got the defender off balance and able to use his explosiveness to get to the end zone. So a solid run. Coach McCaffrey told us about just how, why am I thinking Luke McCaffrey? Ian Rafferty told us just how explosive Williams was and that he had the ability to, every time he touched the football, take it to the house, and that's exactly what he did.
Well, Coach Rafferty was a Jet and a Titan. You've got Commanders on your mind?
Yeah.
Obviously so.
Hail to him.
Your guy, Jaden Daniels, is the real deal with Lamar Jackson this weekend, but, man, Javen Williams might be the real deal, too. Along a 56 on the year, that one is pretty dang close, and to your point, man, that happened fast.
Yeah, we talked about it, Jack. This is where you kind of start to see the depth of Summerville starting to take its toll. They got 2 and 3 units. James Allen still trying to get the numbers to where it needs to be at that 5A level, to be able to run a unit out, give a guy a break here or there. And right now, Summerville is just starting to really get going. You can see that depth starting to pay off.
Uh-oh. Could it be the special teams unit that gets him back in it? We told you. Not sure where he's going to line up, but when he touches the rock, he's special. Jalen Brown Singleton, a big return out to the 44 to give James Allen positive field position.
It's like Cooper Gaskin in on the stop for Summerville, and no denying Jalen Brown Singleton. He is an explosive player himself. He's doing a little bit of everything now on the kickoff return team, and that's what I mean when you have those types of special players. You kind of have to put them everywhere because that's what gives you the best chance to win.
Tell you, he's not foreign to making big plays on special teams. First play from scrimmage, first kickoff of the season, he took to the house 86 yards.
It's a good way to start the year.
I know. Where do you go after that, though, huh? It's been dynamic ever since. I'll hand it right back to him. Nowhere to go, though. Yasir Smith and Nicholas Lincoln. Lincoln, the big nose tackle. Really underrated player on this defensive front. He's got 2 sacks on the season. That's his 3rd tackle for a loss on the year.
And the one question we had coming into tonight's game was, could James Allen score enough points to keep up with Summerville? Now you're down 2 scores. This Summerville defense has been special. Tonight, by far, their best performance on the season thus far. Really can't afford to have a 3-and-out here if you're James Allen.
Obviously, Coach McCoy wants to control the time of possession, but does this change your, blueprint offensively
still
yet?
Not yet. You still have a quarter and a half, so no need to hit the panic button yet. Stick with the game plan.
There's a little play action. He's looking for his captain tight end, but his 3rd blocked pass of the night. I just want to call it a block because the dude does it on the hardwood. Now he's doing it on the gridiron. Yasir Smith, his 3rd pass blocked up tonight. Make it 7 on the year.
And the scary part is, according to Coach Rafferty, he doesn't even know what he's doing. He's just out there playing, just using his athleticism and his size. So imagine when he gets a little bit of, as you see Summerville right now, rolling in another unit up there to apply that pass rush. But once he gets the technique down and really understand how to play that defensive end position, that young man is, definitely in for a bright future.
He said it's scary because he's learning every week. Offers from Gardner-Webb, Charleston, Southern Georgia State, and others. He said by the end of the season, he's like, just watch. Wait till he gets more film. When AA gets rolling, there's no way that he doesn't have a Power 4 offer by the end of this fall.
And obviously, he has good feet and footwork because he plays basketball. So that's where it kind of helps him. But as we have a timeout taken by James Allen.
Pass breakup from Smith, forced to 3rd and long. And now if you're Connor Dantzler in this James Island offense, you mentioned it in the middle. 3rd and 20, they've had the most success passing the football through the middle of the field.
It's an area that, for some reason, week in and week out, we don't see a lot of guys. Now, granted, this Summerville defensive line, they're so huge. It might be an issue with them seeing over the defensive line, but they've done a nice job of moving the pocket and getting him on the perimeter so that he can see down the field. So it'll be interesting to see the play call here on 3rd down and 10 because this Greenway defense has absolutely been stingy all night. And really, just as for them, after giving up so many points all season long, nothing would make them happier than pitching a shutout here tonight against James Allen.
I was going to say, it's a defense that there's a lot of young faces. You said Ryan White was the only returning starter. That's the case. I mean, you look at the linebacking group, Eli Presley, Ty Patton, J.T. Williams, all underclassmen, right? So this is a team that's only going to get better with a couple injuries. You mentioned Mel Teal, the stud point guard that's heading to Flagler next year. Like, they're missing some pieces, yet this defense continues to plug and place, and they might be playing their best ball of date. 3rd and 10, it's an empty backfield for Dantzler. Summerville only rushes 3. They're looking to the middle of the field, and he's got his freshman.
Yikes.
Raphael Puiu, the freshman making his first start of the season. I'm called upon it. The middle of the field has been open all year, really, for us. And Puiu, who again, really 6 foot, 180-pound freshman, can really run. This one's going to go through the wickets. And again, hey, a yellow hanky on the field, so it looks like it may not have mattered.
The offense. That penalty is declined.
Against James Allen. But you're right. When you're trying to pull off, the big win and upset the 5th-ranked team in the state, those plays have to be automatic. And those are the types of situations. You don't get those often. Did a nice job of exposing the middle of that defense for what it was. Unfortunately for James Allen, just not able to capitalize on that play.
It'll be a learning opportunity for a young freshman. He's only going to get better. For Dantzler, just a junior. But the Summerville defense has at least allowed us to see the absolute weapon that is Grady Dangerfield. He fires away again. This might be his best yet. Great roll, trickles out of bounds at around the 16.
Anytime you can land inside the 20-yard line and not allow the dangerous returner, Kelly Murray, to have a return, you've done your job.
So we talked to Coach Raffi, and I think we may have mentioned it in the first half, but he goes, outside of 4, when we practice this week, there's really no way to simulate the ball coming off like that. Like Dangerfield's foot, he's like, way.
It's almost like you have to get one of those jug machines and pretend like they're catching, off of that. But, yeah, it's just a special young man, and looking forward to see where he ends up going next year to play college football.
A plethora of offers and a peculiar move for Summerville. Huge play in the backfield. And he's going to be wrapped up and tackled in the end zone far before forward progress was called. Malachi Jefferson in on the tackle. Luke Thomas in on the tackle. It looks like we got Harper Woods in on the tackle.
Roll call at the football. As I mentioned, still plenty of football left here. Anything can happen here. You're literally a turnover away from making this a one-possession game. And this defense for James Allen has been phenomenal tonight as well.
Huge number for Malachi Jefferson. 15 tackles for a loss. But something that we wanted to highlight before that big play, the backup quarterback in for Summerville right now, that's Cooper Kafina, the junior. 6'1", $187. He's gotten some run, even played last week against Stahl. We'll keep you updated on maybe it was health or a decision to just get a little bit of extra run for the backup. But Kafina in for the stud, senior quarterback Jaden Cummings.
You're always one turned ankle injury away. So, yes, you don't necessarily want to always get your guys in blowout time. Put him in a live game situation, bullets, this situation, and see what he can do, because anything can happen. And so let's see what Kafina can do here on 3rd down and 11.
3rd and long. They haven't really brought a ton of pressure all night. They've just relied on the front. You bring a little blitz to put the pressure on Kafina.
I think you just kind of keep everything in front of you, let them catch it, and then come up and make the stop.
How about the junior checking down audible at the line of scrimmage? It's a little bubble screen to the outside. He's looking for Murray. Trojans. He's going to cut it off the field. Huge block on the outside by Gwynn, releases him. He was wrapped up. He was tackled. The play was over. It was going for a loss. And then Jaden Kelly Murray. They tell you never to cut the cross back up the field. Well, when you got SEC speed, I guess you go for it.
Big-time players make big-time plays in big games, and that's exactly what he did. Good job here realizing nothing on the right, saw it come to the left, and he actually had a convoy down the sidelines. The offensive lineman did a great job of holding their blocks, getting down the field. A big first down for Summerville.
Wow, 3rd and long, and just, a little bit deflating for a James Allen defense that had Summerville backed up in their own end zone. Great blocks on the outside by Gwynn. And I wanted to shout out, too, Avian Kennard. He's a big fella. He doesn't go for the blindside block. He just kind of hits him with that phantom guy, freeing up the stud athlete that is Jaden Kelly Murray.
And those are the smart plays that Coach Rafferty said he wanted to see. Making those mental mistakes, eliminate those, because you're going to need those as you go further and further into the season.
Lunging forward, looks like that knee was short of the first down marker, but Javen Williams, who came in tonight averaging 8 per carry, continues to look like he's going to keep that right on pace.
When you have this many weapons, and we asked Coach, like, hey, how hard is it to basically keep everybody happy when you have so many weapons? Everybody wants the ball. He goes, these guys, they bought in. They know the bigger picture is to, win that state championship. That's what the type of attitude you need from your team.
Murray and the Wildcat. He's going to keep. Look at that cutback. You called it L2 a week ago. He just hit him with an NCAA video game-esque move. Jaden Kelly Murray, JKM as his buddy calls him. JK, are you just kidding me? Like, come on, are you serious with this move?
And it's very possible that, again, he creates a play when nothing is there to possibly extend this drive. But right now, it looks like we're going to have a measurement.
Oh, wow. There's a good broadcaster, Jinx. We're going to pull out the chains for the second time this evening. Right now, they got it 4th and short. It looked like, to me, he was able to fall forward, extending out for that first down, but I got a weird feeling regardless that offense is staying on the field.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, 4th and inches, if you can't pick up 2 inches, you don't deserve to win the game.
Pulling the chains. Ooh, Spurrier, where's your credit card? What do you got? I mean, I'm looking at it right here. I got no clue.
Yeah.
I got no clue.
Well, we had a clue until the officials.
They're still looking at. Someone grab the credit card, folks. Dude, I'm telling you, I think he's actually going to grab a card. I mean, that is inches, millimeters.
It looks like it's a first down to me because it's touching. So
that's Tim Cahill. I want to shout out my guy too, the umpire Malik Grant, out on the chain right there. Tim Cahill's going to signify that he thinks it's short.
I don't see how there's really no space between the two, but if he says so
by a link, by a chain link. Malik Grant, we told you he's the umpire on that chain, a stud baseball player at North Charleston. You can see the defensive front, Hendricks Barron going, yeah, never a doubt, obviously short.
And safe to say that Summerville will go for it.
Yeah. Mr. Sparky may have been slighted for just a potential play. It's now the 5th 4th down attempt on the evening for Summerville, and Coach Rafferty is going to take his first time out of the half to talk about it.
And you also think about it, when your defense is told you can afford to be aggressive, because even if you don't get it, your defense has done a phenomenal job of stopping the James Allen offense all night.
And again, it looks like it's Cooper Kafina. Maybe it's the opportunity to have Jaden come back out. I'm not really sure, but still looking for an update.
I'm here with Brian with Rapid Repairs. Brian, Friday Night Rivals, you love being a part of the community. Why is that so important to you?
Well, Trooper Bob, I can't be more excited than being part of Friday Night Rivals. It brings back so many memories for me growing up here in the Low Country on James Island, playing for James Island High School, along with just the camaraderie that high school football really brings to the community. So as a local and being part of the community, it's really exciting to be part of Friday Night Rivals.
Rapid Repairs, what are some of the things people call you for and that you specialize in?
Well, our slogan is, if your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs. So some of the things we specialize in is electrical repairs, plumbing repairs, sheetrock painting, and most importantly, carpentry and handyman services.
And everyone watching right now, how can they get in touch with you?
Great question. So you can call us at 573-HELP, which is 573-4357, or visit us on the web at rapidrepairs247.com.
Thank you for being part of Friday Night Rivals. Let's watch the game.
Well, only 2 touchdowns tonight, so we had to make sure to show not only Rapid Repairs some love, our awesome Red Zone sponsor on the season, but Lauren Lennon does an awesome job on the sidelines for us tonight, but we had to show some love to Trooper Bob as well. Lauren's done a fantastic job stepping in for Trooper Bob. Getting to see Trooper Bob and Rapid Repairs allowed us some, more time to debrief what the heck just happened.
I'm just impressed Lauren's still up. She works the morning show during the week over at Channel 4, so I'm sure she's usually sleeping by this time, so she's done a great job tonight.
Kafina hands off. Williams, no man to beat. Ladies and gentlemen, can you say it with me? It's to the crib. It's a hat trick. James from the scrimmage on 4th and short. Breaks a season long. Darting to the end zone, his 3rd tonight. It goes for 56 His speed's next level. We see you, 9.
Hat on hat, man on man. Hold your block. Give him just a little crack. And Williams is going to be able to exploit it and take it to the house. Untouched, 56 yards, as you mentioned, Jack. And that might be the one big play that we talked about. The Summerville team, they just keep coming at you, and no pun intended, waves and waves and waves. And now they're starting to really flex their muscle.
Ooh, the PAT just his 3rd miss of the season. Doinks off the left crossbar, off the foot of Bennett Kelly. Snap appeared good. He just yanks it left, as it only took 4 minutes of game time. Jaden Williams' 2nd touchdown with 6:40 to go in the 3rd. How about his 3rd with 2:20? They were a ticking time bomb. And it's safe to say we found the next Summerville superstar in Jaden Williams.
Well, and, getting back to what we talked about early on, Coach Rafferty said he wanted to see his team play 4 quarters of football. Up until tonight, it seems like Summerville would get off to a quick start, then it would have a lull in the middle, and then finish strong, kind of pull away in the 4th quarter. Tonight, somewhat of a slow start all around, and now they're starting to pick it up here in the 3rd quarter and pull away and finish strong. So I guess in a way that's good, because they always say it's not how you start, it's how you finish. But Summerville is, they're starting to definitely show why they're the 5th ranked team in the state.
Yeah, too, I think when you think about the Summerville team and coming up a game short of a state championship a year ago, this is a head coach that played professionally in the NFL offensive line. Like, we knew he was going to brag on his group, but he also knows how to break down and prospect talent. He said this group is good. He goes, they might not stand out like an offensive line of Ashley Ridge with just sheer size. He goes, I'm telling you right now, this group is good. John Corley at 270, that left tackle, moves as good as anyone we've seen. Jamarion Lott, Francis Robert, Avian Kennard. But the guy that we haven't shown enough love to, where have all these big runs happened? Right behind the big center, 6'1", 240. Braden Schlabach has been fantastic on that offensive front for Summerville, as now their special teams are coming to life. A big tackle out at about the 16.
It's amazing when one team starts to really kind of pull away. It gets the other units hyped and excited. Now look at the defense bouncing all over the place as they take the field once again.
It's contagious, right? And you saw the Summerville fans are sitting back going, hey, we've come to expect this. But, again, for Coach Rafferty, game short of the state championship, we bragged on the quarterback and obviously the arsenal of passing weapons on the outside, whether it be Keyshawn Washington or Jaden Kelly-Murray. But the good teams know how to win games when maybe it's outside of their blueprint. Tonight they have run the ball at will.
You got to be able to run the football and win a game, throw the football. You're at your best when you can do both. You just have to learn how to win different ways. And like we heard Coach say at the half, teams try to do this all the time, and they've done a nice job of adjusting.
A really pretty ball from Dantzler. It goes across the far sideline. But how about in defense? There's Jaquez Walker. 6'2", $185. Another really long corner for the Summerville squad. His 4th PBU of the season. Now Coach Rafferty's going, hey, Tom Brady, I don't know, is this deflated? Okay, put me in, Coach.
Yeah, all of a sudden now that energy level of the defense, which had already been at an all-time high here tonight, really starting to, now they can pin their ears back because they know James Allen will have to throw the football. Look for some mad rushes coming from the Green Wave.
Ooh, breaks the tackle on the outside. It was J.T. Williams. Singleton doesn't have much farther to go. It's a 2-yard tackle for a loss. And all of a sudden, this Summerville defense smells blood in the water. It was Ty Patton, his 5th tackle for a loss on the year.
So Ellis Moulton in on the stop for the Green Wave. And, as a defensive lineman, you don't have to worry about the run. Still can maybe have to worry about the screen. But right now, you're just like, hey, I'll meet you in the backfield. I'll see you at the football and the quarterback. If you're James Allen, this is dangerous territory, because what you don't want to do, Jack, is float one out there and allow these athletes of Summerville to jump the route and take it to the house on a pick 6.
Too, they're so different from a personnel standpoint. This is their 2nd defensive line they just rolled in. Julian and Jaden LaFay, the senior and junior brother D tackle and D end. And again, ears are pinned. Send the house. They stunt J.T. Williams on the outside. Looks like it's going to be a 2nd sack of the season. And Summerville, they're flexing. They're beating their chests. And why shouldn't they? The Green Wave starting to run away with it. Oh.
Late penalty flags. That'll be probably a little taunting on someone, as the play was already over. A little frustration starting to settle in for this set in, I should say, for this James Island football team. And the one thing you when you look back at the film, Jack, and your Coach McCoy and this football team, I mean, these kids literally have played their hearts out tonight. I mean, they've done a phenomenal job. Still football left to be played, 1 minute left here in the third quarter, but you kind of just feel like it's starting to just slip away. And Summerville, just as we mentioned, just too big, too fast, too strong, but I think more importantly, too deep for James Island.
That notepad comes out usually.
Result of the play is fourth down. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the offense. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on the defense. Those penalties offset. Fourth down.
It's my weekly reminder, Jack. Play with emotion, not emotional. And so somebody just cost their team 15 yards by either being the initiator or by retaliating.
Yeah, that's what I mean in our Crew Chevrolet keys to the game, right? Like, he wasn't talking about his team's IQ. He said, be dumb, right? Like, don't be dumb. We've seen a lot of those unsportsmanlike that have cost us. Doesn't appear it will hurt anybody as they were offsetting his Dangerfield. That was 60 yards in the air. Did he outkick his coverage? Well, it's in the hands of Jaden Kelly Murray. Everyone beware. About a 24-yard return out to the James Island 26. And again, the ticking time bomb. It just feels like Summerville is doing everything right on the nails in his third quarter.
Well, my name is Everett German, not Ryan Sharpie. But if I was Ryan Sharpie, the offensive coordinator for Summerville, you got a James Island defense definitely on their heels. They've given up back. They've been on the field for the majority of the third quarter. I'm taking a shot here, Jack. I'm getting to one of my playmakers, Williams, or just get it out there and let those guys run to the middle of the field and just throw it towards the end zone.
Well, who's going to be the guy taking the deep threat option? It looks like Jaden Cummings is going to stay on that sideline. Still no update from us upstairs. Don't assume anything, but man, the kid that's just got such a bright future captaining this offense stays sidelines. They do take the shot. He's looking for Murray. Did he come down with it? Great defense on the backside. And how about the sportsmanship?
Yeah, great
love
coverage.
that from Ben McQueen. Block it up, take on a potential SEC perennial prospect, and then help him up. Love to see it both ways.
The old out and up route ran. Just two great guys, two competitors. Also helping over the top was Jamari Rivers. Two guys going at it, and like you said, Jack, you love seeing that at the end. You've competed all night long, hard-fought game, going back and forth, and be able to help your opponent up. That's big time.
I was going to say, and right after two unsportsmanlike, hey, just showing each other some love as they are region foes. How about this hit? Meet me in the A-gap. That's the backup linebacker, just a sophomore, Carter Patno, coming up, laying the boom.
Nice job of filling the hole there. Helmet right in his chest. In the back of that jersey, getting him down, and looks like this will probably, unless something happens, Jack, could potentially be the final play of the third quarter.
Game clock at 10, play clock at 20. Let's see if Kafina will snap a final play of the third quarter. Looks like they're going to sit tight. Ooh, they're going to, as the shot clock buzzed, and boy, was there a buzz. Hendricks Barron, his 15th tackle for loss is a loud one and a little discombobulated as it to look to me, play clock and run out.
Or looked like Williams just stopped because he heard the horn and thought that the play was going to be blown dead. But needless to say, 3 quarters in the book. James Island hanging on.
Well, it took a weird buzzer. They say play till you hear the whistle. Williams heard it. His 3 touchdowns has got Summerville out by 3 scores. 20-0 on tonight's companies. Friend Rivals driven by Crew Chevrolet. Throw those 4s up. We got 1 quarter play left.
What's next?
Code 55, ceiling fan.
Fantastic.
With a broken ceiling fan, I've had to improvise.
We can just fix your fan.
Yeah, that might work better.
All set. Thanks.
Oh, look, honey, for outdoor use only.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Is your child struggling in school? Do you know a child 16 to 19 years of age who has dropped out, lacks discipline, or is on a destructive path? Then give the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School a try. The military-style school provides an alternative education to young adults in need of a second chance by offering academic instruction by state-certified teachers and job-based training. Students live on campus during the 14-week program, which is virtually free. For more information, call us or visit willlougray.org.
You only have one back, and I believe you should go to the very best.
And the state-of-the-art procedure that they use, it's so non-invasive.
That's all I needed was an injection, and it's been several months and I've been pain-free.
When we got there, we saw so many people. I'm thinking to myself, this must be the answer.
In pain, we have everything you need under one roof. Make your own appointment at southeasternspine.com. No referral is needed.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
A beautiful fall evening in the Low Country, and we have officially arrived to the fourth quarter. We welcome you back into the backyard. Jack DeLongstraw alongside Everett German. We kick it to our guy, Tim Fennell. I think he's got his reading back out. Scissor Lift brought to you by Sunbelt Rental all year long. And Tim, he's just the best.
He kind of reminds me of the guy with no shirt at the Clemson Florida State game that's always reading the book up in the upper deck because the game is so boring. I guess that's Tim Fennell now.
Summerville 4th and 9 is going to send Kelly out. Snap good, hold good. Does it have the leg just wide right? Kelly upset with himself. That would have been a career and season high of about 47. But the little life for James Allen. There's no such thing as moral victories, but with 12 minutes to play, it's been 15 years of Friday Night Rivals. We've seen crazier things.
We've seen stranger things happen for sure.
Well, we've seen some really strange things on Saturdays, especially last Saturday. And we take a look at SEC on ABC, the college football slate tomorrow. South Carolina looking to channel a little bit of that magic in Nashville as they head to Tuscaloosa, the Red River rivalry. I know a guy that used to be on these broadcasts. I think he's going to be at that game tomorrow.
Okay.
Hook 'em horns.
There you go.
And then the nightcap, Ole Miss, LSU, in Tiger Town.
Yeah, never a good time to play Alabama. Definitely not after a loss.
No. Well, it's not been fun to play Summerville really in the last 3 seasons. But let me tell you, if the offense continues to fire on all cylinders and they continue to get this kind of effort defensively, it's going to be tough for anyone in the state to beat them.
Well, James Allen's definitely going to have to get some blockers out there for that young man. As dynamic as Brown Singleton is, he can't outrun 6 or 7 green helmets. So they got to get some blocking out there for him and allow him to make some plays, because when he has the ball in his hands, he is very dynamic. He is a special player.
11:20 to go in the fourth, trailing by 3 scores. Let's see if they can't expose the middle of the field that has shown some productivity. Go to that halfback sweep. Man, locked down. Talk about concealing the edge for Summerville. Big hit on the outside. Looks like that was maybe Eli Presley on the hit. Looked like number 42 as well. It was A.J. Oliver on the outside as well.
It's like you have some angry guys on the defense. Like they're mad, like they have to come out here on a Friday night and play football, and they're taking out their aggression on James Island.
Oh, this is where their depth even hurts us upstairs. I want to make sure that everyone's getting the right love. That was Cooper Gaskins, Grayson Greenway for Summerville in that linebacking core. Big hit on the outside.
3rd and long coming up for the Trojans here. Not ideal.
3rd and 14. That was right in motion. Here comes the blitz. Got to get rid of it. Another pass. Break up in the line of scrimmage. It looked like LaFay got a hand on it and then just gracefully, innocently falls through the hands. That was Tyree Patton. Whew.
As they say, the old running joke is, that's why he's on defense.
Oh, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him, Coach.
That's why, but obviously a great job there with applying the pressure. And I talked about it. When you're that deep, you got to be careful because you get balls tipped, you get fumble rules, you get offside calls, pick 6. Those are the ideal situations. Summerville just not able to come up with the interception.
Well, they blitzed 6. I got another name wrong. That was Grayson Greenway again on that PBU, his first of the season. as Dangerfield fires away. He's been active tonight. They'll be down at about the 48 in their own territory. And we'll see if Kafina heads back out to play QB for the group. Yep, it will be 14 again for the Green Wave.
You've got a friend in the car business.
New Chevy trucks and SUVs, no payment till 2025. Certified pre-owned and used vehicles, no payment till next year with approved credit. Details at cruisechevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
At Knights Companies, we're not just in the business of concrete, we're in the business of building relationships. For over 3 generations, our family has proudly served our communities. Join us at Knights Companies, where your career thrives in an environment that values people, integrity, leadership, and excellence. Discover why our team is at the heart of everything we build. Knights Companies, excellence in concrete, built on family values.
You've got a friend in the car business.
And you can have no payments till 2025. New Chevys and used cars too. Now at Cruise Chevy on Rivers, no payment till 2025 with approved credit. Together, let's drive. Details at cruisechevrolet.com.
A 3-score lead, but we're going to kick it to the results that everyone's excited to find out. Here are the results for tonight's Delta Force All-Stars Cheer of the Game, sponsored by Delta Force Athletics, home of, you guessed it, the Delta Force All-Stars, proudly cheering on the Low Country's high school sports. And a drum roll, please. What's the number? What do you think?
Dominant.
The road team does have the advantage with them, maybe not making the trip down, but Summerville, their cheer squad, walking away with tonight's Delta Force All-Star Cheer of the Game. They've got the crew necks on. James Island obviously did a fantastic job, their cheer squad as well. We say congratulations to you on behalf of Delta Force Athletics.
Somerville travels well. I see a lot of green across the way.
That is something that we haven't gotten to dive into. When you said, hey, man, congratulations, Coach, like getting to bring this thing back, obviously after the legacy that John McKissick left. And he said, dude, I'm not doing this by myself, right? Like, yes. I always love to brag on Will Chitty, their social media guy. Like, what he does is next level. Drew Rafferty, their game day ops, from their fans to their supporters to their boosters. As Coach Ian Rafferty had mentioned, Jaden Williams falls forward for a gain of 5.
Just the community in a whole, as a whole. They just, Somerville's always, been that way. And you know how it is, Jack, when you're trying to get something going in the right direction, you need that support, whether it be, financial or just, anything that's needed. And it sounds like right now, Summerville Athletics, they're in a good position, not just football, but the entire athletic department.
You mentioned that baseball competing for a state championship. Basketball playing at lower stage. Javen Williams again falling forward. A little jet sweep to Jaden Kelly Murray, gain of 6. First down brought to you by Purpose Driven Athletics. But, I mean, from the AD to the entire department. But it does go back. Like, this is a program that has a ton of pride and alumni and, folks in the Flowertown area. They want to give back because they are so proud of this tradition program. Little eye candy with Kelly Murray. Spins off of him. How about the spin cycle move? It might not stand, but who cares? Every time Javen Williams touches the football, it is must-watch television.
I'll tell you, the one thing I don't want to be at the end of the season is the person that decides on the Scotty Eisberg and Webb, right? The all ABC News 4 Friday Night Rivals, all ABC News 4 team. Between running backs and quarterbacks, that's one vote I would not want to have to vote on and make that decision, because we've seen some outstanding running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks this year. We're just very fortunate here in the Low Country to have such solid
on the
football
offense.
players.
10 yards from the previous spot. We play first down.
The big run from Williams will be called back on a hold on the outside. Reminder tonight at 11:05, Webb Wright, Sports Director Scott Eisberg. Ice. He's done hit pieces on head coach Ian Rafferty and Jamar McCoy. He's the best in the business, covering everyone in the Low Country. Make sure to tune in for all of your Friday night highlights.
Big Skiza Pizza game tonight. Portergout and Northwood Academy.
There's another running back, J.J. Flood of Portergout. I'm sure he's tearing it up in North Chuck tonight. Is Kafina. He's going to let it rip down the sidelines. Back shoulder, looking for Gwynn. Did the head ever come around on Jamari River? That'll be the question, as it appears like it's going to be DPI.
Nice ball thrown by Kafine able to put some air under it and allow his intended receiver to try and go make a play. Did a nice job of selling that one. You are right, Jack. Definitely was defensive pass interference. So first down coming up for the Green Wave.
The big hole.
Pass interference on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Mario Ritter, the senior corner, has been really spectacular in coverage. I can't speak enough about that secondary of James Island tonight, but Kafina, who's in for Summerville, getting his really first action just a week ago. He's 5 of 5 in that game against Stahl for 75 yards. That ball in the end zone was his first incompletion. How about the gritty running from Grant, breaks a tackle, falls forward. It was 1st and 5 after the DPI. That was a 6-yard run. Will be good enough for another purpose-driven athletics first down.
Of course, if that last name Kafina sounds familiar, yes, his dad is Jody Kafina. I know Jody coached at Summerville for a while. Also, I believe at Charleston Southern. All-time great. I want to say Jody was offensive line coach, if I remember correctly.
DJ Grant running through a tackler right into the chest. Great work by Luke Garvin. Stopping him after a pickup about 4. So what you're telling me is that after Jaden Cummings leaves and the junior quarterback Kafina steps in, they're going to have another son of a head coach step right in next year and be all right. Cool.
That seems to be the plan of attack for sure. As we talked about, the great programs, they don't rebuild, they just simply reload. And apparently that's what's going to happen at Summerville after this year, which for them and in their mind hopefully will end that first weekend, or now I guess second weekend in December.
Snap, hand to Williams. Williams right up the gut. He's met by the big fella Malachi Jefferson. Takes him for a little bit of a ride. Run for about 30, 3rd and short.
Well, Jack, while we have a moment, I also want to make sure we send our thoughts and prayers out to Coach McCoy's wife. I believe she was the cheerleading coach here at James Island. Had some medical issues that's kind of maybe just brought her down, so to speak, and really in a battle. We'll
put it like this. Breast cancer awareness has been so cool in the entire low country to see how much outpour and love has been shown. If you do feel compelled, Scott Eisberg tweeted out a link looking to raise some money and just show love to this McCoy family and to watch what it's done in the James Island community. Man, it's inspiring, and it's an honor to be called a Charlestonian when you see our community give back in a way. It gives you goosebumps. But if you do feel compelled, man, go show some love. Summerville, James Island, or just a low country football fan in general.
And they have 3 small kids. Again, she was the cheerleading coach. So I've not had the fortune of meeting her, but everything I've heard from everyone who knows her says she is a top-notch lady. We already know what top-notch guy. Jamar McCoy. Absolutely. You can probably just research Scott Eisberg's Facebook page and find that story.
6:54 in the 4th quarter. Summerville used their second timeout. Be 4th and short. James Island again. Defense. Bend, don't break. Let's see if they can't do it for a final time. We'll take our final break with this night's companies. Friday Night Rivals broadcast. Summerville, a 3-score lead.
These are our neighbors. When one of our neighbors needs help, we want to be there for them. We want everyone that comes to our office to leave satisfied. Then we know we did our job. If you were a loved one or injured in South Carolina, call us. We're those thumbs up guys.
Rapid Repairs is the standard for electrical repairs in the Low Country. We offer our clients a peace of mind with a professional experience that delivers industry-leading guarantees and straightforward pricing. With over 20 years of experience, our licensed experts handle everything from inspections to installations and repairs with precision and care. Call now and get a 10% discount on your first service. You deserve the best. If your home needs repairs, call Rapid Repairs.
I've been working with Jason Noble for 6 years, and he's helped me and my wife Christine establish a generational wealth plan, not only for ourselves, but for our entire family.
Call today to get a clearer picture of your financial future.
We welcome you back in. A 3-score lead for Summerville, and maybe we take a look back, wind back the clock, and show you how they were able to get a 3-score lead with tonight's, it's Climate Makers Coolest game. Your comfort is our business. Jaden Kelly Murray has become the business of SEC schools like Arkansas, Kentucky, because they see the potential in Big Four tonight. Easily decision in Cool's play.
Just so shifty and able to not allow one arm or one person bring him down. And then, of course, he's able to accelerate, turn on the Jets. Player, every time the ball's in his hands, it is must-watch TV.
Kelly Murray, tonight's Climate Baker's coolest. Play it again. Again, your comfort is our business. Fourth down has really become the Green Wave's business as they are now going for it on fourth for the 7th time this evening. It's Murray in motion. We go right back up the gut. Not one,
not
two, but three. How many? They're Javen Williams, a sophomore. I'm not sure he can even drive to games yet, but his 4th touchdown on this drive. People talking. Trident Technical College, touchdown, your future, your college. Sign me up. I want to invest in Jaden Williams.
You know, and it looks like, Jack, it's the same play. The trap up the middle, untouched, goes to the end zone. Nothing fancy, just the offensive line that Coach Rafferty was so excited about. Couldn't stop just talking about these guys. They just get after it. They do things the right way. They work hard. They're the first ones to the field, last ones to leave. That's exactly what they've done tonight. And, again, when you have, as we see, the extra point blocked, no good. But, again, when you do your job up front, it's easy for everybody behind.
Two things we want to touch on. Blocking a PAT there, to me, shows you everything you need to know about a Jamar McCoy coach team. They could easily go down 4 at home. Really good ball club. We're gassed. A lot of guys playing two ways. They could have easily folded like a lawn chair. Not this squad. Continuing to fight until the very last whistle, man. That's a testament to Jamar McCoy and his group.
You're right, and that speaks to the culture, the attitude that he's trying to instill here, at James Island.
And you want to talk about culture, too. Obviously, you see the state-of-the-art facilities that Summerville even travels with. But how about the sophomore to have, I guess, the wherewithal to go, I'm not here without you. Dapping up not only his starting offensive lineman, but every backup JV guy. That's even in the premises going, hey, man, this is a complete total team effort. He came in tonight averaging 106 yards per game. He had 6 touchdowns on the season. Well, he's now got double digits. He's got 10. He's well, and I mean well over that 106 mark. But to your point, man, going directly to John Corey and Jamarion Lott and Braden Schlava, Francis Robert, Davian Carr going, boys, we go as you go. Appreciate you, big fella. I owe you dinner tonight.
But, even as you're Ian Rafferty, you love these types of games because you get the win. But, man, when you pop that tape in, you talk about coaching situations, whether it be tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday, whenever they do. You can kind of coach those and hopefully make your team better for the big showdown with Ashley Ridge next week.
Starting to see some emotions at the end of the play. Before we break down this craziness, let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's Will Lou Gray. Never stop learning, stop of the game. Never stop learning. James Allen got a lot of them tonight, but this Summerville defense was, in our opinion, a lot better than maybe we even thought.
To be able to pitch a shutout tonight, well, they still have time for them to score, but as of right now, with 6 minutes to go, led by Mr. Yasir Smith, the secondary was phenomenal. The linebackers did a great job of really never allowing James Allen to get comfortable back there. They had moments where they were able to pop some pretty big runs, but all in all, this Summerville defense just very Chicago Bear 86-ish as they were tonight, yeah. Just all over the place, sideline to sideline, aggressive, coming up, tackling, applying pressure. 2 thumbs up to the guys on the defensive side of the ball for Summerville, who a lot of times don't get a lot of love because everyone's talking about the offense tonight. The defense showed up, showed out, and that's why they're about to pick up another victory on the season.
Still waiting on a little bit of delegation between tonight's officials who've done a great job of, keeping calm heads cool in a really contentious game. And the scoreboard's not going to reflect, I guess, how tight it was through maybe 2.5 quarters as James Island had this game at just 1 score until the 6-minute mark in the 3rd quarter, then all of a sudden.
And even on that drive, Jack, remember, they had to convert a couple of 4th downs. So, you talk about that fatigue and just kind of wearing down. Had they been able to get off the field, there's no telling how this game could have potentially gone for them.
Yep. Well, you hear a couple unsportsmanlike penalties. That's exactly what Ian Rafferty had kind of talked about to us before the game. But again, to me, I've seen a really clean ball game. I just see a really tired James Island squad that has fought tooth and nail all game.
It's kind of like being one of those, cranky kids. You're a toddler. You're just so tired. You just fuss. And again, like I said, they have nothing to hang their heads about because they played a good game tonight. They just, unfortunately, just ran out of gas.
What the outside backer? He wraps him up and brings him down immediately. It was Jacaden Pendergrass. Made a couple big tackles early. He's that sophomore that, again, is kind of filled in. Jaden Kelly Murray played strictly safety last year for Summerville. This year, it's another sophomore in Pendergrass that stepped up and go, hey, I want to man this position. And Coach Raff's gone, hey, dude, as long as we guys that can fill it, right, whether it be nickel, free safety, strong, we'll leave Murray on just the offensive side of the ball. Who cares?
Yeah, the versatility of these guys being able to be so interchangeable, whether it be the nickel package, the dime package, moving from safety to corner. This is a Summerville team that obviously is going to play a lot more football and has a really good chance of bringing home a state title to Charleston.
Brown Singleton met by J.T. Williams, the 6-foot middle linebacker. And again, we've seen a lot of the twos offensively. This feels like a statement for defensive coordinator Aaron Self and Summerville to go, hey, you guys are the ones on defense. Go, you want to shut up? Go find it. Go fight for it.
Now, I got to tell you, next week, that front four of Summerville, or front three, they're going to be challenged with that massive offensive line of Ashley Ridge. I mean, they got 300 across the board. That's going to be one heck of a ball game next week.
And two offenses that have been putting up like record numbers in the Palmetto State, like showing out for the Low Country. But if this is the defense Summerville's going to go to battle with, they're in good shape. As all of a sudden, James Island, a tight end through the middle of the seam. Sam Crumpton, just a sophomore. Again, middle of the field wide open. We'll find Crumpton for his fifth catch of the season.
It's all about that tight end dump. Nothing fancy there. You kind of ride that back through and then have your tight end just run that seam route and able to connect with him. A big play for the James Island offense. The only question now is, will it be a shutout or will the Trojans be able to get on the board?
Love to continue to see the fight of James Island. A nice dime from Dancer. Took a little bit off it. Maybe took your advice from earlier in the first half.
Don't need fastball. Sometimes you got to throw a little change up. Allow your receivers to run under it.
Dantzler looking for his guy on the bottom of the screen. He's got a man to beat right off the fingertips. That was Elijah Mitchell, just a freshman. This coaching staff is really excited about the future. 6'3", $155 for Elijah Mitchell.
It was a stop-and-go move that time. He tried to break him down. The secondary of Summerville, that being Jaquez Walker, didn't fall for it. Great coverage. That was a tight window, almost a one-hand. Would have taken a OBJ type of one-hand catch to come up with that one. But once again, a nice ball thrown by James Island.
Think about all the weapons that we've mentioned tonight. Outside of DJ, whether it be Rafael Puyu or obviously Mitchell, this is really young. Crumpton, the sophomore. Had a lot of dudes to plug and place from the offense a year ago. There's Ty Patton, plug and place on the outside, lost for two, nowhere to go.
You can tell by the pursuit of Summerville, they want that shutout. I'm pretty sure Ian Rafferty and Aaron Self challenged them, hey, do not give up any points tonight. You guys have played so well up to this point. Reward yourself with a shutout.
By far their best defensive showing of the season is Jamal McCoy. His second time out of the second half with 4:18 to go, 3rd and 12. And again, testament to the way that he's going to coach this team. So the final whistle blows. Well, let's go ahead and take a look at tonight's Crew Chevrolet drive of the game. That's about Crew Chevy on Rivers. I got a weird feeling it's going to result in a Javen Williams touchdown. Thoughts?
That's a pretty good guess since he's got 4 touchdowns on the night. But this one was not a long drive, as you see Williams able to exploit the middle, which was wide open, and take it to the house on a house call as he tried to silence the crowd here at James Island. A special night for number 9 as he scored not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 touchdowns. Short drives, but again, the drive of the game brought to you by Crew Chevrolet, where you've got a friend. Well, tonight, they got a friend in the touchdown business for Mr. Williams with his 4 touchdowns tonight for Javen Williams.
Our Delta Force All-Stars cheer squad of the season. I got a weird feeling they're going to say his name a ton the next 3 years. Javen Williams, just a sophomore, up to 10 touchdowns now on the year. Came in today, had rushed over 638, 106 yards per game, 8 per carry. That number's going to skyrocket, and maybe his touches every Friday night as well.
As Coach Rafferty said, literally a threat to take it to the house every time he touches the ball. And he was not lying, as we saw it tonight on 4 different occasions.
McCoy going to go trips receivers at the bottom of the screen. They're going to move Singleton at the top in motion. He'll go into the slot. Dantzler, whole lot of pressure. Looking to maneuver. Sear Smith. Yes, sir, folks. Big 88. Remember the name. I hope East Carolina's watching. His big brother's up the street in Greenville at ECU. And Yasir Smith says, let's just keep having these offers roll in. Smith, his 6th sack of the season to go along with 3 pass breakups tonight. 88 is something special.
I mean, coming up the middle, as you see here, didn't give up on the play. And just, it's one of the situations where you just want to go down. And if you go back to it, they actually had a mismatch there. They had a linebacker lined up on Jalen Brown Singleton, but he kind of stayed in to help block on the chip block. But, man, if they could have kept him one-on-one against that linebacker, that's a tough matchup for anybody.
We've seen Summerville multiple times kind of bring the house on 3rd down as James Island's actually going to go to their backup quarterback. This is Jacoby Riley. Tim Cahill caught it. I didn't. A delay of game is James Island after the big sack of Smith. They send out their senior quarterback, Jacoby Riley, 6'2", 215, great size. It's going to be 4th and a mile. They need a little bit of Hail Mary. Maybe the big-bodied, big-armed of Riley. He's got a little magic.
Summerville showing blitz.
They bring 5. Get rid of it quick. Not on the same page. He was looking for Brown Singleton. He ran a post, looking for a go. And Summerville's going to get the shutout they were looking for.
Absolutely. The defense, you can see the celebration on the side. Those guys absolutely earned it tonight. This is a very talented James Island offensive unit with playmakers, speed, and to be able to shut them out, that's saying something. Congratulations to Summerville. They're going to pick up the win here tonight.
3:17 to go in the 4th quarter. It's been Kafina mostly in the second half for Summerville. Looks like offensively they do have their 2s in now. Nice run behind the scenes. Ooh, cuts it back upfield. Looks like I think I may have accidentally coined it a year ago. Coach Rafferty joked with me, but that was Keyshawn Washington. I think I called him the president. Now maybe it's stuck a little bit. He seemed a little bitter that I did, but Keyshawn Washington, the do-it-all athlete, he clocked up to 21 miles per hour on catapult, getting a couple touches late in the 4th.
Yeah, Malachi Jefferson on the stop there. Yeah, you talked about Mr. Washington, they're definitely trying to, get into the end zone as well. So as you see him limping off, kind of holding his, I don't know if he's limping or his shoulder, but yeah, he's going to trot off to the sidelines. Apparently he got banged up on that last run.
Looks like an ankle. Don't want to assume injury, hoping it's a cramp. A kid that's picking up offers week by week, 6 foot, 215, so versatile. Coach Rafferty said, kid's just a football player. Hoping nothing but health and wellness his way as they get ready for a really stacked back end of conference play as well.
They'll have Ashley Ridge next week, and then followed by a contest with West Ashley, and then, of course, to end the regular season, the other rivalry being Fort Dorchester.
I love how they play that game in the RAS regular season. We'll be in attendance down at Fort D for the 2nd time. And 2, when you think about Fort Dorchester, saw Sean Lorenzano, his first year at the helm. That Ashley Ridge game got away with him. Only so because it felt like Ashley Ridge's offense, they're not going to punt, so who's going to get the stop?
Right.
Man, between Summerville, AR4, so much talent in the low country. This time they kick it to the outside, bouncing off a tackler. It's the speedy back, DJ Grant. Big tackle on the outside. James Island, they got their 2s in. That was Harper Woods.
So Summerville will stay undefeated. This year, man, a lot of good football being played at that 5A level. Of course, Dutch Fork and White Knoll, the Columbia area. But Summerville, they're going to have something to say. If they're going to play defense like this going forward, you best believe they will be in the mix. I think Sumter's another team as well that a lot of people think has a chance.
Kicking it to the outside. Youngster to a youngster. Got Maury DeWeese, the junior receiver, on a little halfback screen. But you're right. You mentioned Dutch Fork and White Knoll. Obviously, with the Midlands constantly switching lower to upper state, it was White Knoll, it was Summerville in the lower state championship a year ago. A very similar game to this one. A lot of defense for a Summerville offense that was very potent last year. Surprising for Flowertown fans saying, hey, they lost to a good White Knoll team, but with the offense disappearing like it did, looks like Summerville's going back to this fight with a defense of their own.
And if you have that type of defense, it alleviates some of that pressure on the offense to feel like you have to score 30, 40, 50 points, every time. So if your defense can, hey, we can hold a team to, a touchdown or 2 touchdowns and get a 28 points or so from your offense, that's the formula to be successful. So, yeah, that was the one kind of area that people question is, can Summerville play good enough defense to win a state championship? If tonight's any indication of what we're going to see going forward, the answer is yes.
Melvin Teal, point guard of the basketball team, playing in his first season of football in quite some time. I believe his freshman year is his last year of football for Summerville. The kid's a freak. They play him all over the defense. He's a little banged up, hoping to get him back for the back end of their conference slate, maybe even playoff time. Teal committed to Flagler College to play point guard at the next level. He's starting to really warrant some college football interest, as well as Hendricks Barron, another guy that deserves to play at the next level. Another tackle for a loss. He's got 2 tonight, 16 on the year. Barron, 6'5", 245. That is another piece of the ball. I was bragging on Teal. What the heck are these guys doing in the weight room, man?
Yeah.
These guys are studs.
Well, Coach Rafferty talked about it. They live year-round now, so whether it's in-season, off-season, those guys bought in during the off-season. Even during in-season now, they're still doing their cardio and doing their lifting, and that's what he feels is really the difference this year. They have that depth. They're a little stronger. They're a little faster, and people have bought in. And it's really easy to get kids to buy in when you have the success, and it shows on the field. So congratulations to, Summerville for all that they've done off the field that's allowed them to be successful on the field.
3rd and 16, a little touch pass on the outside. It was Caden Clark, the senior receiver, wrapped up and tackled immediately. It's Carter Patno, second tackle tonight. As the game clock dwindles down to 30, looks like Summerville will be able to clock this ball out with the play clock at 25. You mentioned indication. If this first half wasn't an indication, James Island absolutely has the pieces to compete at this level. Tomorrow McCoy said it's like playing in the SEC. We're going to learn a lot about ourselves. But the depth is coming. Right. This is a winning program, and he's going to continue to do so. Just going to take some time.
But I think he learned a lot about his team tonight. Those guys competed all the way to the end. Just came up short. Again, when you don't have that depth that he knew his team needed, that's the difference between a good team and a great team. So, again, a solid performance. Great job by Summerville as they pick up the win.
Good teams, great teams. Well, the great teams, they find a way to win in maybe a different fashion week in and week out. And tonight, Summerville, on the back of that big offensive line, they did it with number 9, Javin Williams, the sophomore. Four tuggers to the house, including this 56-yarder, a career high.
Yeah, Javin, not to be short for JV, which is what most sophomores play in high school. This sophomore, absolutely not. He is excelling on the biggest stage, at the biggest level, on the varsity level, and just doing a great job leading the rushing attack of a very deep backfield for Summerville. But in the end, just too much Williams tonight. James Allen really with no answer for him late in the game, and that's why the Green Wave will get the win tonight.
19 unanswered in the second half, 7-0 at the end of the first half. This ball game closer than the scoreboard says, but Javin Williams, the 4 tutties, the 3 in the third quarter was special stuff. The next kid up to don that green and yellow to play at the next level and beyond. Ian Rafferty with a 26-point statement victory over James Island. Talented conference pro. Knights Company's Friday Night Rivals driven by Cruz Chevrolet. We take our final break of the evening. When we come back, It'll be Lauren, Coach Raff, our player of the game, Javen Williams, for tonight's All-American Trophy presentation. Don't go anywhere.
Climate Makers technicians, dedicated, skilled, and here for you when you need them. For top-notch installation to repairs, you can count on them.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
We have an emergency, code 16, over.
Earplugs, Jane.
Code 16, malfunctioning smoke detector.
How bad could it be?
This is malarkey.
It's important to check your smoke detectors regularly.
A broken detector won't protect you.
Still yelling.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
I am glad I'm here because it's really helping me.
I have a lot of things I want to do.
I like being in charge of others.
My confidence how really build up since I've been here.
This place has showed me, like, it's not good to run from your education.
It's a really great place. You got people here that are willing to help you.
It's something that's going to get you through every day. It's just something you have to have. And they're making it possible for me because if I wasn't here, I would not be in high school.
When your project demands the best, turn to Sunbelt Rentals. 10 branches conveniently located in Charleston, Sunbelt Rentals helps you get things done with an expanded mix of tools and equipment. With over 14,000 pieces of equipment, expert advice, and reliable service, we help pros and DIYers tackle any job, big or small. Rent from Sunbelt Rentals, a company proud to be involved in the community and schools. Sunbelt Rentals, making it happen for our customers. Visit us today.
At Climate Makers, we're more than experts in heating and cooling. We're family. For over 20 years, we've kept homes comfortable. Trust us with your family's comfort.
The truth is in the stars, and with Climate Makers, your comfort is our business.
Beautiful fall evening at the backyard. Well, it was a beautiful evening for Javen Williams and that rushing attack of Summerville as they win 26-0 on tonight's Knights Company for Net Rivals. All driven by Crew Chevrolet. Buddy, let's dive into the numbers. Southeastern Spine Institute helping hurt people of all ages get back to their active lives. Tonight's final stats. Anything in particular stand out?
Well, you look at those rushing yards, and obviously this segment is brought to you by Southeastern Spine, so it wouldn't surprise me if Mr. Williams doesn't have any back issues today because he definitely carried this offense tonight. Very impressive. 327 yards rushing as a team, 126. That's the balance that Coach Rafferty says, which makes his team just so special. Not as much for James Allen offensively tonight, but as you mentioned, the score not indicative of how close this game was, but just in the end, the Trojans just ran out of gas.
Well, they're averaging 225 yards per game on the ground. Well, Williams ran for 251 by himself and 4 touchdowns. You guys are tired of hearing me and E talk. Let's send it down to the third member of our crew, Lauren, with Coach Rafferty. And that guy, that dude, Javen Williams, for tonight's trophy presentation brought to you by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. Javen Williams, Coach Raff, Lauren, take it away.
Yeah, guys, so this is a great game tonight, great football being played, and Coach, congratulations on a great game, 26-0, and leaving this game, you guys remain undefeated. How does it feel walking away with this win?
Yeah, it feels good. I just got done telling the team this is as proud as I've been in them in a long time. What a great team win. How about that defense? Lights out on defense. Yeah, they just all pulled together, rallied around each other, did a great job, and this is what we expect to do on Friday night, so really pleased.
And I do want to congratulate our player of the game, number 9, on behalf. On behalf of Channel 4, we wanted to give you this trophy as the player of the game. Congratulations, guys.
All right, 3 quick things. You know Will Chitty's always going to get the perfect shot. Shout out to Summerville's creative team. Secondly, Lauren, and her first sideline debut, did a fantastic job tonight. Brought to you by All-American Awards. Again, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993.
But she crushed it, man.
Crushed it.
Crushed it. Again, obviously today's the first day of meeting her, so we appreciate her filling in for Trooper Bob. I believe Trooper Bob will be back. I'm wondering if Trooper Bob was trying to go and apply for that New York Jets job. You know, he's a big Jets fan.
Yeah.
Robert Saleh got canned, so is there any coincidence that he's not here? And
I'm not. Have you ever seen him and Aaron Rodgers in the same room together?
No.
Saying there's a chance. The final thoughts, though, man, as we get ready. Lucy Beckham at Goose Creek. That's a region matchup reclassification. Wando at Stratford. And then our season finale before we bring you our first ever Friday Night Rivals playoff game, Summerville at Fort D, the Green Wave. We're not quite done with you yet, and especially with the final thoughts from Coach Raff. I'm proud. I haven't been this proud of you in a while. He got me tearing up here.
Yeah, no, that was a special performance from his defense. And those guys, we talked about it, they don't get as much credit as they should because their offense has been so explosive. But tonight, offense is not what it normally is, which is crazy considering they had over 400 yards of offense. But the defense kept them in the game early on, did not allow, obviously, James Allen to get ahead. And then once that offense got rolling, it was downhill for the Green Wave. So congratulations to Coach Rafferty, the staff, all the players, but especially to that defense tonight.
We highly considered it, too, as we say thank you from our broadcast team. Javen Williams, wildly deserving of this award, just a sophomore. You could see how happy his teammates were for him. This is one of those times, too, we could have easily given that player of the game to all five of those offensive linemen tonight. John Corley, Jamarian Lott, Braden Schlabach, Francis Robert, Avion Kennard. We had to just shout the names out one more time. Fantastic up front.
Or the entire defense.
Yeah,
I mean, it could have been the defense. Yeah, the player, the All-American Award player of the game is the defense for pitching a shutout today. But, again, nothing for James Allen to hang their heads about. Just came up a little short.
Well, as we say our final goodbyes of tonight, I want to say thank you to tonight's companies, Cruise Chevy, Mr. Sparky, Thumbs Up Guys, Delta Force, Climate Makers, Trident Tech, Sunbelt Rentals, Purpose Driven Athletics, Will Lou Gray, All-American Awards, Rapid Repairs, and Southeastern Spine Institutes. Well,
35 minutes. You got 35 minutes to go get something to eat, midnight snack, because you already know what happens at 11:05.
Scotty Ice, Webb Wright, and a whole lot of Javen Williams highlights. Go join them at ABC News 4 at 11:05. We'll see you guys next week. We're going to let the smooth running of that sophomore back take us into another big-time Friday night.